Welcome back, my lovely dears, to another exciting session of Walks the North.
Yay!
When last we left off, our intrepid heroes, big air quotes, committed an act of regicide and got kicked out of the city. Is it regicide when they're Jarl?
I mean, it's as close as it gets here. I don't think there's a Yarlicide word other than just murder.
I mean, you definitely did do murder.
No, we self-defensed him to death. There's a difference.
Yeah, you stood your
No,
ground.
it was straight up murder.
No,
It
it
was murder.
wasn't. I
You were
went in
told-
there
you-
trying to have a conversation.
It
and
was
he
more like
murdered me.
murder by premeditated self-defense, where you were told on multiple occasions that going in there as you are is just a fucking gonna result in a fighty death sentence.
I'm fine with premeditated self-defense, but he still struck first, so I have no moral qualms about anything that happened.
I don't think he
we
did
just
strike
stood our ground.
first, actually. The door's locked behind you, and then
Alright, he made aggressive action first.
Yeah, we stood our ground.
Yeah, sure.
Don't feel bad about anything that happened.
Oh no, you shouldn't feel bad about it. It was a terrible dickhead. But you are a bunch of monarch slayers, and you are not good people.
You know what? I'll take that back. I do feel bad about accidentally killing some tieflings with my giant tower of doom, but
You did get. They're gonna take a lot of like scrub off the sides.
yeah.
Luckily, the golems know how to, clean the tower and the outside walls of all that murder blood.
All that murder blood.
I mean,
It is your fault. He's a
long-
racist. It's your
long
fault for being an
run-
abomination.
yeah. Long run will be heroes in the history books for bringing in a new age, at least.
Oh yeah, I mean, once you guys finish conquering the detractors, then there's no one to stop you from rewriting history as the good guys and not a bunch of conquerors to change the old ways.
You know what? Sometimes the old ways just need to be changed.
I agree.
Yeah.
I just love that you guys are at least morally in the red. You just don't like racists, and so you have gone on a crusade.
Look,
And what's more, you didn't like the person who was tooled up to go on this crusade to do it, so because you wanted to do it yourself so badly.
look, we're
That's how
doing
it
it in the
looks.
way that provokes the least amount of harm possible. Okay,
Sure you are. You keep telling yourself that.
I will because
it's
I'm
not
not
worked
raising an
out like
army of
that
the
yet.
undead to attack towns.
One day,
One day you'll ask her why.
you will ask her why she did that.
I mean, probably not. Honestly, I don't think Thyri cares.
I feel like she should care, but whatever.
Yeah, that seems like definitely something you should care, considering your whole entire stance of undead are abominations and evil and everything
Well,
like
exactly,
that.
and that just proves that my mom's horribly wrong and misguided, and I need to do this myself so that she doesn't have to.
But has she been misguided, though? You've seen what
Yes,
she's
if she
been
raises
doing.
the undead because they're abominations, and abominations must not be allowed to exist in this world.
Isn't that
Yes,
right,
I know there's
abomination?
irony there. Shut up.
I'm glad you're following this circular thing here.
Yeah. Just you constantly, impress and shame your daughter with every waking moment.
That's what a good parent should do. Or at least a normal parent.
I mean, it would be nice if they weren't being constantly shamed, just waking up and thinking, wow, my family is psychopath racists. And
I'm
they're in
not
denial.
a psychopath. I don't know what to do. I'm deeply offended. I feel attacked.
Uh-huh.
It's good you are being attacked.
Well, why? I didn't do nothing wrong.
Because your character is a schizophrenic racist.
She's not a racist.
It's just because you're
She's a
doing awful
tiefling. She
race-
can't be racist.
Yeah. I was afraid you were about to say that, and I tried to stop it from happening. I was too slow. God, and I bet she really believes that.
No, Thyri doesn't think that at all.
No, bullshit, she does.
No, because Thyri doesn't really self-identify as a tiefling. Really doesn't.
Oh my god, you're right. You're such a Tom.
Yeah, whatever, Aunt Sue.
Anyway. So that all happened. And that was sure something.
That was something.
And now you're on the road again. And I can't wait to get back on the road again. Away from
Yay,
Stronghold,
road.
where everyone is
Yeah.
like, well, we really need those people to leave before there's a riot. An actual fucking riot. Saving you lose 1 level.
No.
No, I'm kidding.
Latin TLDR YOLO.
And I see you jump in there, DCL. Don't you dare undo that mic and scream. I would just hit server mute on you. Okay, so you have, like a day's journey between Stronghold and the Boule Woods. It obviously slows down your travel an awful fucking lot once you try and penetrate that border. But are you going to call Maltrex before you go there or after?
Has it been 5 days?
I can't remember. I'm gonna go with a solid maybe. I think you needed to wait out. I think you needed to wait outside Stronghold for like a couple of days because you didn't want to do it in the woods. But I don't remember.
Yeah, if we did like.
I don't think we wanted to flatten the woods. I think the plan
was to go like
was
up
to
here.
go like up here,
Okay.
far away from civilization.
So let's
That's just
do
a
that.
half day's
Set up the
travel.
tower, and then we can just live in there for a few days.
Sure. Are you doing so by the actual shore where you can do things like fish and all that lark, or are you doing so a bit inland where it's
Sure.
quote unquote safer?
Ooh, I know how to ice fish. I'm really good at it.
I don't know if there would be some ice, but I don't think you'd get like decent fishing ice because it's just the ocean is out there.
Oh, it's just
The
ocean.
ocean is
Okay.
full of fish, so it's still.
Sure, you could normal fish. I will at some point draw a real ass goddamn map of the whole lot, but it's a lot of work to do so.
Hi, Stray.
Yeah, dude. Welcome
It's
to the
that
Waking
stray
World.
gal.
Meh.
Me.
Yeah, okay. So the party heads up north and sets up the tower. The golems will clean it. And you can see that there is like not so much dents, but more like ruptures in some of the fortress's like walls where it's, been forced to pulverize its way through a building. And if you were to get like a magnifying glass, which I'm sure Jeanette has like 3 of, and look really, really close, you would see this very, very vague like web work within the cracks where it's exceptionally slowly rebuilding itself.
That'll buff right out.
Yeah, that'll come out in a few weeks.
You know that sound of like soft metal being bent and it makes that like crackling noise? It's vaguely like that if you listen real close. It's like the pop and crackle in your cereal. Yeah. Would you like to make checks for doing things like fishing and surviving in the area and all that kind of shit?
Ooh, sure, yeah.
Fucking hell.
Of course.
Alright, so what would you like to fish up? You can fucking just go ahead and describe goddamn anything.
I'm
The
gonna
beast
get-
of Blackwater.
I was about to say a great beast.
That'd be pretty great, honestly.
and
Yeah,
it goes
it
out to
would be
fish.
great, wouldn't
comes
it?
back with, oh, you know what? I'm gonna fish up a giant squid.
Nice.
Do giant squids count as great beasts?
No, they don't. But they are big and they are dangerous. Roll me 40-20. Let's see here. 18, 10, 17, 8. I mean, and can you please give me 2 con saves, 2 strength saves?
It's well above average.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Oof. All right. So yeah, you come out of this remarkably unscathed. You're just fucking tired when you are when you're clambering up to shore. And I don't know, do you swim with clothes on or not? Because you probably had to dive down there to pull it the rest of the way out and fight a squid underwater.
Are you? It's really. I mean, come on. It's a terrible idea. Everyone knows you don't go swimming with clothes on. That's how you get sick.
That's true. Okay, so yeah, you succeed your strength saves, so you don't get like bludgeoned by this squid, and you succeed your con save, so you don't start drowning, and then you're just tired afterwards. That's the only one you failed. So this just like muscly nude little Anna with all of her tentacles comes clambering out, and there's just like she's holding the squid by like that bridge head of it, the triangular bit on top of it, like underneath each arm, just pulling it ashore, and it's still like flapping and putting up a vague fight, but it looks like it's been bludgeoned mostly into submission.
I'm gonna punch it.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, right in the nervous squid brain bit, and it goes still again.
I brought dinner and lunch.
Astra's gonna dash out there and help you bring it the rest of the way in. She looks very excited about the idea of eating giant squid.
I'll prestidigitate Anna dry.
I'm gonna sit by the fire and take a nap. Someone else can cook it.
At least Cynthia's been
Thyri, Cynthia?
learning it.
Yeah, I'm proficient in cooking. If you want to do that.
I imagine
can
Thyri
assist.
doesn't want to get hands on with the gutting process.
No,
when
but
it's
she'll
this large.
cook like the side dishes and stuff. So I'll
Sure.
assist.
All right, yeah, give me a cooking test, Cynthia. I assume that you're going to do the usual stack all of your invisible bonuses on it. Yeah,
Yep.
go on then.
Of course.
Like usually it's again in like any other game but this, you'd be like, make sure you tell me you're doing it before the roll is made. But I already know you guys will do it every time, so I'm just like, fuck it, go ahead.
Just
Just fucking
ahead.
do the things. Alright, it's a 21. So yeah, you're able to properly gut and clean the squid. Some of it you just literally have to rack up to dry. A lot of squid rings are formed and then packed in snow. A number more, like just fucking loads of it that you need to make sure preserves for longer is starting to be smoked. There's, you've got those barriers of fire at the top of the adamant fortress, so you make like some impromptu wooden stakes together to like just fish near it, like a gigantic
Nice.
grill.
Barbecue.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like cook squid.
hmm So yeah, you managed to grill up a bunch of squid. Some of it's able to go in a big stew pot and turn it into curry. There's a lot, and there's still more than you can actually finish cooking. But at the same time, who will just consume a shit ton of fucking offal? It would have to be our two tentacular, adorable people. So Anna obviously helps with the food preparation by eating. Then delicious guts and brains. Nom nom nom.
And of course, the T-Rex eats a lot of squid too.
Oh yeah, he gets to like, just fucking has a hunk. I bet he likes the crown off the top of the squid. It's a bit chewy and cartilagey, but for him it's just like crunch, rom rom rom.
Isn't cartilage
Yeah.
more of a vertebrate thing?
Yorm yorm yorm. And yeah, you guys get to eat particularly well. You'll have advantage in the next time you guys have to make a Constitution save.
Woo!
Yay!
Except for Savin, who doesn't eat of the hearty meal.
Yep. Thyri just sits there and eats like strawberries and some vegetable matter she's gathered.
There's still like potatoes and tubers and stuff, and the fortress still provides basic foods.
Yeah.
Like, I'd make you guys do actual real checks for living out in the wilderness for a couple of extra days not moving, but your group is too capable, and you have a safety in a box that you could then hide inside a magic dome. And you have the half of moonlight and shadow, and yada yada yada. You have a lot of means to make sure that no one fucks with you guys when you're chilling out.
Yeah, I feel like no one's gonna attack the giant flaming tower of doom with a ballista on top.
God, I just realized his stronghold is like the fucking conquerors went north to the shore, and every night they can just see this glowing orange hate ball on the horizon.
Yeah, I don't think
Literally
we're
the
gonna
eye
be
of
welcome
Sauron.
back there.
Yeah, you
For
were
a
literally
long time.
sounding those fuckers.
Let's never go back there.
You're gonna
That's
have to go around the long way to get. You're gonna have to just go into the woods early to get to the
That's
Boule
fine.
woods
Just
now.
Stronghold's just a write-off now.
It was a write-off the moment we saw how that town was, let's be honest.
Yep. But okay. Eventually, the time will come to make the summoning. Do you do so with the fortress up or down?
Probably down so it doesn't get any more damaged.
Good call, because you do not have wish spells to fix it.
Yeah, I really don't.
Alright. It takes a bit of concentration, a little bit of work, a bit of hoodoo voodoo. A scale is crushed. And you wait, and at first there is nothing. And then the sky turns dark, like night fell all of a sudden over you. When you look up towards the sun and you think you would see an outline of wings, you don't. You just see dark because it is eclipsing all of the light. This time it's not arriving with a storm either. Maltrex is arriving in open, like, spring air. And there is an earth-shattering crunch as he lands down. Waves are caused.
And he's huge. He's so
And his head leans down. And that's just basically his head box. Because let's face it, you're not hitting the rest of his body.
That's fine.
As it has been said, I return. And yet, I do not see amongst you my daughter. Explain yourselves.
Well, we found her. Here, she sent you a letter. Thyri will hold up the letter.
You see, like, these gigantic person-sized eyes squint in it. And you have, you know, all the expectations that that tiny thing... He can still read it. His eyes don't move to track the page, but that's just because that kind of zoom is no, like, up or down to do so. And as he reads it, you can see in his body language that he's tensing slowly up. And you can hear it in his body language as each of the claws on his front legs and his hind legs dig into the ground and tear up huge chunks of earth in trenches.
I had thought you would bring me my daughter.
So did we, to be honest.
Instead, I have learned that she brings my name, shame, lying with the divines, in the form of a mere item.
I'm confused too.
It's kind of weird, but unless you want us to try and force her, and we would not dare deem to try and harm her or her wife, this is what we can do. You asked to know what happened to her, for us to bring her, to bring you back her soul, but her soul is unwilling to come with us. It quite clearly has a mind of its own.
I think my Maltrex always made a baby cry outside.
Oops. Oops.
Yeah, it's wailing. Oh well, I'm just going to keep going anyway.
Can't stop now.
I mean, there are definitely a lot of babies crying like across this land right now. A tectonic event has arrived.
It would be foolish to continue to involve you all. However, the efforts of retrieving her would see this land destroyed. I find myself at an impasse. And yet, between the two of us, it seems you are the ones whose pact will be kept. Let it, however, be known that should I not see my daughter's eyes in the next 500 years, I will return and destroy this place.
We'll let her know. I'm sure she wouldn't want this place to be destroyed, either.
He lets out like a low exhalation, and it is enough to just like knock everyone to the fucking ground. You can smell brimstone and death. And he will look back skyward before pausing and looking back down again.
You should cover your ears.
Thyri does so.
You'd be better off putting up a dome right about now.
That's a good idea.
There is no way you can actually cover your ears appropriately. Or you'll all die. Your heads would explode like scanners.
Anyone got silence?
I mean, actually, I think I have all rituals now, so yes.
Yeah, it's still 10.
You'll have to scrunch up very hard, and you can hear him taking in a breath. Like, clouds are moving in the air above because they're being drawn towards this huge inhalation, and you can see his titanic chest swell.
Uh-oh.
And deep inside that swelling is this look of like liquid lava roiling over itself. Thyri domes you all up. And then he roars. He roars titanically to the sky, and flames spew themselves upwards in a colonnade of death. It seems to sort of like temporarily punch a hole in the upper atmosphere. Which is probably not good for the atmosphere before it all sort of roils back in on itself and forms a mushroom cloud. You're fairly certain they heard him. His daughter probably didn't miss that. And then he will take off into the sky again.
Well, that could have gone a lot worse.
He's definitely not fucking happy, but he doesn't destroy you all. And when you drop the dome eventually, like, everyone starts taking probably just exposure damage from heat.
I was gonna put up the door.
Theory and Viv are fine.
Well, that could have gone worse, I guess.
I'm gonna go hide in the basement.
Yeah, he could have killed us.
Basement?
And everything we've ever known.
Inside the tower, at the bottom of the tower.
There's a ground floor and that's it.
I'm gonna go to the ground floor of the tower.
The tower should be
Away
put
from
back
the
up
roof.
again for that.
It's not.
The tower was closed up in case, smashed it completely, and then you wouldn't have a tower anymore.
Oh, that's what happened. There is no tower.
No, there is no tower right now
Okay,
because
I thought
I
we were
mean,
standing on top.
although he wouldn't destroy you, he might just like spite swipe it with a claw tip
Ooh.
and then just destroy it
Okay, yeah.
completely. And you'd need wish spells, multiple wish spells to replace every missing wall.
Yeah, that would never happen.
Yeah, and
I
it
guess-
digs the hole and hides like a husky.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna have to resort to doing.
Yeah, no, there's the snow around you is melting, and there you can actually see the water nearby in the ocean has boiled. And it is hot. It is hot, and it is humid, and it is moist. For a moment, it feels just unbearable, but, you know, as one would expect, a very localized sudden heat, it's expanding back outwards again. It's probably going to be some fucking terrific storms later.
Yeah, there's gonna be a huge like thunderstorm out here.
I can protect everyone from that.
Yep. And also, hey, Jeanette, you can finally get your scrimshaw loaded up tonight with lightning.
Yay.
Right.
Yeah, about an hour later, presumably as you're packing yourself up together, you can see Stronghold itself is in a fucking uproar. Because, you know, the Tower of Doom, that Eye of Fire in the night sky that's been there the last 2 nights is suddenly gone, and the Hell Beast from all imagination has just appeared, larger than their city, turned, like, day into night, and then day into a brighter day than anyone could ever expect. If people were looking in his direction when he was about to breathe fire, there are probably some permanently blind people now. Stronghold is going down like they think it's the end of the world.
Good.
I feel like a lot of innocent tieflings are probably going to suffer for this.
Absolute shit ton of them. So many. Very much the opposite of orgies in the streets. More like beatings in the streets, lynchings, murders. It's probably a bad time in Stronghold to be tiefling or human right now.
That they are descending into anarchy.
Mm-hmm. They were already like riding a couple of days of nervous anarchy, where they got one leader who is known as some kind of like tiefling lover taking over in the place of these conquerors who turned up and were kicked out again. And then this.
It's the end of the world as we know it.
That song annoys me because it has no fucking pentameter. Its rhythm is completely fucked. Iambic pentameter, yes. Its rhythm is worthless. It's trash, garbage, but I like the song, and so it annoys me. And yeah, you can now begin your actual journey. You've delivered the bad news, as it were. All of you, by the way, can I get a Constitution save?
Glad we have advantage on that.
I'm glad you have advantage on that.
A Constitution saving throw.
I am Constitute AF.
Oh god, look at how constitute you are.
And
Wow.
Humor's fine too.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, let's see some. Yeah, that's
Cynthia
fine.
and Cynthia and
24 for-
Jeanette.
Yep, 24 for Jeanette. Saoirse.
3 party.
Yeah, you all have
crits.
advantage because you all had an incredible squid meal on the very next Constitution save you had to
Oh
make.
yeah, that's right.
Oh,
Hey, how
sounds
convenient. How
18 for Saoirse,
delightfully.
24 for T-Rex. Okay, so none of you take additional ranks of just exhaustion or get sick.
4 party crits.
Yep. Way to use up all that luck.
I mean, better the
Then
pop
getting,
it, don't
you know,
drop it.
Yeah. Yeah. Better than getting exhausted and sick. Especially since Anna would be collecting an extra level of fatigue.
Oh, it's so hot.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's the worst.
Yeah. And as you begin your journey into the woods, the skies begin to grow dark and stormy, as though it were filled with the wrath of an angry god.
Because it is.
Yeah.
Luckily, everything in a 20-foot radius around me is unrained upon.
Which is pretty cool.
All the
But yeah,
morphers
like,
just squeeze up next to Viv.
which I'm sure is just everything she wants.
Yeah, you don't want wet dog
Yay.
smell around, do you?
No?
They don't want that.
And it gets an extra close hug.
Yeah.
I like hugs.
Everyone loves hugs.
I know.
Well, to those who don't understand, like, weather and pressure and stuff, like, it just literally looks like because this dragon is angry, he made a storm happen as well, because fuck you guys. And it's a violent
it's fine.
one. It is sudden and it is windy and it is fucking absolutely hurling it down with rain. There is thunder and there is lightning. During the night on the edge of the Boulay woods, when you are, camped up the first night, you're able to do things like Jeanette can set her scrimshaw up in a tree to get hit by lightning.
Let me see.
The rest of you are capable of hiding inside the fortress adamant, and guess what?
Which-
Adamantine does not get shot by lightning a bunch.
You know what? This one sounds like a fun time.
I figure adamantine isn't a conductive metal, is it? It doesn't sound like it would be, at least.
Okay.
God, it's so fucking warm in my room. Alright, back to I'm fetching first drink.
So we're at night now.
It is night
Yeah.
now.
We're at night now.
Yay, sleep.
So
I'm
this
so
is
tired today.
the Pixie Boys will be interesting since we might encounter werehawks here.
Werehawks? What's that?
We've seen a werehawk, Anna.
Like a werewolf, but a hawk.
Oh, good. I'm glad we can meet them again.
Have we met them?
Yes,
Have you
we
had
met them
bad
in
experience?
Ashen Holds. That's it. Also, Titian
Oh, yeah, I
tried to be one.
I
but-
remember talking to her. She was nice. She said some weird things.
She
But she was nice.
distressed me.
Lots of people stress you, though.
No, distressed. Everything stresses me.
She gave me some really funny advice.
What did she say to you, Anna?
I don't know what it means.
Well, maybe we can help you figure it out.
Okay. She said. Oh, what was it? Oh, what was it? When the when the time comes, don't when the time comes to what was it?
Thyri, casts guidance on Anna to try and help her remember.
It's a D4, I think.
And I return.
Two. Oh, when the time comes to give of yourself, say no? That's what she said. I don't know what it means.
I would guess that just means don't sacrifice yourself needlessly.
Why would she say that, though?
Don't know. Sounds weird, though.
Well, maybe if we're gonna go find them, maybe I'll see her again. Maybe I'll ask her why she said that, because I don't remember.
Okay. So yeah. Does anyone else have anything that they do in the night before continuing on deeper into the woods?
I mean, I already did it.
Oops, that was the wrong
Yeah,
button.
adorable, tentacle, cozy.
I think Thyri's gonna start work on her project to like figure out some sort of anti-stress medication for herself, aka fantasy antipsychotic.
Yeah. Do you want the assistance of Jeanette, the person who actually is good at making chemical, like medicines, as opposed to just healing or don't get sick or any of that stuff?
I mean, I'm good
her
at
medicine
herbal
applica-
remedies, but yeah, I think we
Yeah,
could combine our skills.
Yeah, her chemical application is definitely would be more suited to extending in the esoteric directions compared to like physical impairments. The only because like you like start running it over your head like what antipsychotics do I know, and most of them are weed or derivatives here thereof.
I've got plenty of that.
Yeah.
They would like
I mean, here's
something
the
that
thing.
doesn't like affect her negatively in any way. Like,
I mean,
we will
you would
get
be
you-
calm as fuck, but you would be disadvantaged on any wisdom saves.
yeah, exactly. I don't. Well, I would like to make something that doesn't, impose significant penalties on poor little Thyri.
I'd like to make something that doesn't suck.
That said, Astra would totally like a joint. That sounds like fun.
I'll hand her one.
Thank you.
Oh, Astra.
Yeah.
Does she want the regular stuff or the ones from the salamanders?
Ooh, that was fun. Yeah, she's gonna have some of that, and then go off with Cynthia and do it salamander style.
Should I mark one off for Cynthia too?
Why not? Let's do it.
Oh God.
Also marked one off for myself.
Yay, weed orgy.
Salamander weed orgy. Salamander weed anal orgy.
Oh.
Yeah, they're doing it salamander style.
Okay, I didn't know it was gonna go that far, but all right, sure.
Now Viv has banged everyone in the party except for Thyri.
Was Viv coming with us? I didn't think she was.
I mean, I gave her
Yeah.
weed.
Sure.
I'll if you offer the invitation, I have to accept anyway.
I mean,
Yeah,
if Astra's okay with it.
sexomancy. Astra is always okay with it.
God damn it,
Let me
Ash.
direct you to her for gallons of hormones, and the fact that Viv is very attractive. Yeah,
There's just
Jeanette,
somewhere up in
do
the
you,
lab is disappointment.
Yeah, does Jeanette instead hang around with Thyri and help her produce antipsychotics? It's like they're off to go do orgies, but you're being invited to do science. Science it is. All right,
Science!
let's make a proper test of this, because no one has tried to produce antipsychotics like ever.
Makes sense.
Yeah. Let's have a look here. I'm going to peep both of your sheets and see if I can derive any extra inspiration out of them. Okay. So, by default, Jeanette is the better one at this, although the production is your idea. Like, Thyri herself does not have a medicine score. And she does not have an alchemy score. She has a herbalist kit, so she can, source things that are required and needed. Also, Jeanette hands you a glass of milk. Do you accept? Make you smirk.
It adds +1 to your score, right?
These cats.
All intelligence-based checks, including an intelligence check.
Oh, it's a bonus to your result. Okay, then yeah, sure, I guess why not.
+1. Have some of my delicious milk.
Then it is delicious, and it makes you smirk.
Gives you the brain tinglies.
Maybe we could use your milk as the basis for the drug.
I mean,
It
it's
is mind
not an,
affecting.
it is not an out there concept. I mean, it would do for like a beta version because milk does eventually turn, and you don't really want like a box of pills to go bad like that.
Yeah.
But it would work for a potion version while you're beta testing if you would like to test the drug while you do it for extra advantages or score. Like, are you
Do
willing to pull a
it.
Jeanette and self-test whilst going through the process? Because it makes the DC a lot lower, but if you fuck up, then it can do weird things to you.
Oh yeah, for
Do
sure.
it.
Like you
Awesome.
had me at do weird things.
Awesome. Okay, so let's see here. Can Thyri give me a herbalist kit test?
Sure.
With advantage, I'm helping.
Alright.
Oh no, because you've got a separate test to do, so this one won't be at advantage.
Alright, but it will be at a +1 and then plus 1d4. Fuck yeah,
Yep.
20.
It's already a 20. You're fine. Okay. So you have some composite, like, herbs and stuff that seem to meet the requirements Jeanette is laying out. I mean, you've worked besides Jeanette before, and when the science begins, odd triades aside, she's... tirades, not triade. Tirades aside, she's very, very good and very focused on her work. So she's, rattling out a list, and you keep up with her, surprising yourself in the process, I'm sure.
Holy shit, I'm smart.
Yay. And Jeanette, can I get from you a alchemist kit test, please? Excellent. And can I get a medicine test? This will be an advantage from Thyri.
Sure.
26. Good thing you had that advantage. Otherwise, I would have. Well, I say good thing. It's a bad thing because holy shit, that would have been really funny for your self-test. I created it. It's called cocaine.
I have become Hedra. Do you also want a medicine
God.
test from me?
Party powder.
I don't need a medicine one from you. No.
Okay.
Let's see here.
This is the most competent party I've ever been a part of.
I know, right? You guys have like repeat skill tests that you're all quite good at and a way to circle jerk bonuses on each other.
It's surprising what happens when you have a competent party.
And yeah, and you're all like skill monkeys that have like side built into actually also being competent adventurers.
It's very true. This is very true.
Okay. Now I have a progress counter in place, and you've smashed like a couple of steps of it out of the park. And you're going to self-test, I believe.
Yeah.
Okay then. Jeanette, are you trying it as well?
Oh my god. Why? Oh, Jesus.
Okay, awesome. So you both clink glasses of chemically infused milk together and knock your drinks back, toasting science as you do. And at first nothing happens because, you know, it's a brain-altering medical concoction, and both of you are aware it's probably going to take like 30 minutes to kick in anyway.
So like a brownie.
Yeah, a medicinal brownie. It's going to take some time. Yeah, there are neural pathways that need to be rewritten, so to speak. Yeah. Do you do anything in this like a waiting period?
I don't think so. I think at least Thyri is just gonna like kind of sit down and meditate while this goes down. Try and feel out what happens.
Okay. Can you give... In fact, can both of you give me a disadvantaged wisdom save?
Awesome. Fuck
Dope.
yeah, I'm so goddamn wise.
Okay, so we'll start with Theory. So you sit down to meditate, but like sitting down and waiting to see if it'll work, knowing that you've directly dumped a bunch of chemicals into your brain, is starting to make you feel anxious, and you're like worrying about stuff. But then almost like someone's placed their hands on your shoulders and sort of slowly pushed down, you can feel that anxious need to do something about this sensation diminish. It's not like it's entirely gone, but the idea of worrying about these things starts to feel like something you could turn off, to put it bluntly. Like, you can choose to devote your brain power to these things that bother you and worry you, but you're pretty sure if you just relax and don't think in that direction, if you were to imagine two pathways you walk down, then you're just like a lot calmer. That anxiety is packed away in a place where you can just go look at it if you really, really want to.
Oh my god, this is amazing.
Yeah. There's definitely some thickness to your tongue and a number of other side effects that you're going to want out, like when this is properly produced. Can I get a con save, please?
Sure. Constitution. Oh boy.
You're going to get the runs later. That's
Yeah.
not very fun.
That
It
was
could be
literally
worse.
what I was about to say. It's like, alright, Constitution save to keep control of your bowels.
Yeah. Yeah, like you're sat there and you're enjoying your brain just working in a direction. You can devote it, and then your stomach makes that like first noise, and you go, oh, this is going to be a rough night. And Jeanette. Jeanette's sanity is of a questionable state, as always. So sane. She's what we like to call super sane. She's
Double
she's
extra sane.
She is mad woke, fam.
Mad woke.
So, Jeanette, after 30 minutes occurs, what's the first thing on your mind? What is the first thing you think about? Just like what crops up into your head?
Why am I thinking about purple elephant boners?
Okay. For the next 24 hours, you have disadvantage on any kind of check to think about anything that isn't purple elephant bonus, as your mind is stuck on this track and it locks onto it like fucking crazy. It's just that's constantly just in your brain, like battering its way into like your active thinking space, and you have to try really hard not to think about it. And half the time, the harder you try not to think about it, the more you do. But that sensation doesn't go away after like a half hour, like it often does with your, momentary lapses in reality.
Why is it?
It's just all day. And also a con save, please. Wee woo. You do not get the squits.
Jesus Christ.
Oh
Yeah.
my god, it does a wiggle. No.
Yeah, it's true. They're prehensile. Yeah. As for the rest of you, you have a delightful salamander-style orgy.
I'm
Yeah,
going
hold,
to bed.
hold on, I got a new proficiency for that.
Orgy. I'm just gonna go to sleep.
Okay.
Hannah goes to bed. She's tired after wrestling a squid.
It's true. You have a rank of exhaustion to cure.
Yeah. And all that heat. I didn't like that either.
No, that heat was pretty bad for you. But hey, an interesting evening is had by all. And yeah, Thyri, so you've got at least until this wears off, which will be 1d8 hours. If you would kindly roll that for me. Right, so it's
good.
just for an hour in this case, early prototype. It's not like it can do this magical work for a super long time. You just have an hour of brain freedom to, not worry about things or be anxious or any of that shit. You feel the way people say meditation is meant to make you feel, but to you has always made you feel like kind of an idiot. Like, hey, I'm sat, I'm concentrating, and I'm finding my center. And then your brain's like, why are you finding your center? That's dumb. What are you trying to ignore? Are you trying to ignore this? Okay, then let's think about this. This thing that you're trying to ignore. Let's think about it.
Yeah, exactly. And now suddenly it's just clear.
Yep.
Well, this is the best day of Thyri's life.
It's just fucking chill. Do you go to join your family smoking weed?
No, because they're having an orgy.
That is true.
However, Thyri does think about taking this next time she gets to go home to Bullgrove. And actually not, like, sitting there getting the jitters every time, like, he's not distracting her with his buffness.
Yeah, every time he's not flexing the gay thoughts away.
Exactly.
Oh, here's the thing. Your anxiety is gone. How do you feel about the gay now?
I mean, she's still heterosexual.
Yes, I know. I'm teasing. Hey, you don't feel that, like, constant unearthly compulsion right now to destroy all undead?
I know what Thyri does during this time, actually. Like, she meditates for a bit and then, like, gets some compulsion to just, like, go play with Ludwig. So while everyone else is, fucking upstairs or whatever, she goes outside with a big stick and just plays fetch with Ludwig for an hour.
Nice. Yeah, your brain is calm. You can just go play. You could just go like, hey, Doggo, let's play games. And then Doggo is like, fuck yeah, we should go play games. And then you go play games.
Yeah, that is a feeling Thyri has probably not had since she was a little kid. It's just like, I want to just, like, go do a thing for fun.
I want to play. What do you want to play? I don't care. I want to play, though.
Oh, God.
Yeah, excellent.
Join your daughter and her friends in the orgy.
No.
No, that wouldn't do for Thyri. It'd be weird and awkward.
I'm kidding anyway.
So let's just spend a moment soaking it in. Everything's fine for a night. Everyone has a lovely time. There's still so much fucking food. Holy shit. Like, post-orgy, you guys can have, like, a great big squid stew. But eventually, it's time to sleep, and then it's time to travel. And head deeper into the Boule Woods. Let's see here. Who would like to roll me survival?
Anna?
Sure.
You get advantage from Saoirse.
Oof. Okay. So traveling through these woods is very, very difficult. And you'd swear you hear, like, giggling, musical giggling from time to time. It's very distracting. And then at the end of the day, you finally think you've made it to a clearing. And then you're outside in a very familiar copse of trees, and you can see a big square in the ground where a fortress used to be sitting.
What?
Nice try, fuckers.
We just went in a big circle all day.
Anna, I know you like the water, but we have to go into the forest.
Oh.
It's alright, we'll try again tomorrow.
But what if we run out of squid?
Thyri looks at the pile of squid. We're not going to run out of squid.
Oh, okay.
And if we do, you can go kill a giant bear or something. I don't know.
They're delicious. Well, you could have boule brulee.
Boule brulee.
You didn't even get deep enough into the woods for me to then roll to see if you get attacked by boule. you just, like, immediately fucked up and went back outside again. Okay, let's get another survival check. Hey, 16.
But I was assisting.
Mm-hmm. You don't roll to assist, you rolled on your own, so you had two separate checks. So it's just the higher of those. And you actually got 10, so you bring down some of Anna's success.
God damn it.
Actually get about this far into the woods. And now who wants to roll me a d20? Let's see if you get attacked now.
Yeah, let's do it. I want boulets. Tell me it's boulets.
No, you got a 19. You're actually doing okay. You do better than that. You find guides.
Whoa.
One moment. While I do a hack and party grab. Just so we've got some nice visual aids. And there's a words map. This one will do. Doop. Let's see here. Grab one of you. One of you. And let's see here. One of you. Perfect.
Chat, please, no.
What has chat done?
The Forest of Benedict Prime. It does look a lot like that words, actually.
I love that picture so much.
It's such a good picture.
I love it. Oh.
It was
coming
incredible.
into the clearing is what appears to be a very large bird perching on top of a boulet, while a boulet puppy walks beside it.
Aww.
That's right, I got boulet puppies.
Look how
Look at the
cute
shit.
it is.
They're
Little
super
boulet puppies.
adorable.
Oh my god!
Oh my god.
Can we get one? I want to get one.
So cute!
The entire party just freaks the fuck out about how cute boulets are.
I mean,
The frontmost boulet does like a snort and a warning sniff when you get a little bit too close.
Oh, I'm gonna hide behind the
Anna,
Yeah.
come back.
She can have behind a tree, it's fine. And then, yeah, a large bird, which I will enlarge so you can see it properly.
tree. That's a big bird.
It is horned and feathered, but it is standing on its legs on the ground and idly preens itself before looking towards all of you. Greetings, travelers. I take it you have come from the north and east, where the dragon appeared.
Yeah,
Yep.
something like that.
Are you trying to find our home?
I think so. We are looking for the Pixie Boulet riders said to live here.
Well, I mean, you'll be disappointed that I am not a pixie. But I do, of course, come from there. I'm a waywalker. I would be willing to assist you if you would kindly join me for some foraging first.
We'd be delighted.
Yay, sisters!
Yep, the giant hawk will turn its head to look at Saoirse before nodding idly. Yes, many of your kind. My name is Badish. And what are yours?
I am Thyri. This is my daughter Astra.
I'm Viv.
I'm Cynthia. Pleasure to meet you.
I'm Saoirse!
Run away from behind the tree. I'm Anna. Hi. Oh.
And that's Wiggles with Anna.
Squeak!
So purple, so wriggly.
And that one's Jeanette. She's having a off day.
She's having an episode.
Yeah, Badish will tilt his head curiously at Jeanette and then also in the direction of Anna. Would remind me of someone. I take it animals do not enjoy your company?
Mm-mm.
Very well. Please be sure to keep a nice safe distance from the boulet. They are tamed here, but they are still prone to their moments.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And then the bird will hop back up onto the boule and like peck its head twice. It'll like grumble and do like the shoulder shuffle thing before heading deeper into the forest, snuffling at the ground. And hey, it's time for a group test. Either using nature or survival. You can look for vegetables, berries, insects, and small game in this forest.
I will assist and guide my daughter, who is less bad at this than I am, marginally.
Sure thing.
I'll
stand up.
assist someone as well.
I want at least 3 tests to come out of you all, though, so we can judge some successes.
Whew.
Oh, it's a 19. Got 14,
I think you mean 22.
22, 14, 20.
And a roll a d6.
22. 2 22s. No.
Do you want me to roll as well?
No. That's fine. Stacking up the guidances. You can't do guidances on like other people's tests, only on your own one, but Saoirse manages to crank hers up to 16. Okay. It's maybe like 2 hours of foraging. It's semi-peaceful, and you have the opportunity to ask questions of Badish when you've just freshly caught some game, so there's nothing nearby to spook again. Is there anything you wish to ask him?
I think they'll just ask, like, about the town that they're going to, or whatever settlement it is. We've only heard vague rumors about it.
That makes sense. It is as much a home and a homestead as it is an eyrie. We have a nice little farm. Reasonably decent crafting. We have wood singers. They're something that you don't tend to see outside of these woods. All in all, besides the odd great beast of attack, we've found ourselves very peaceful. We don't get large predators around here, considering the other large predators are quite tame.
Speaking of which, can I pet your boule?
Of course you can.
Thyri pets
Yep.
the boule.
Yeah, it's like trying to pet a rock.
Rock friend! I think that just makes Thyri more excited because, as we all know, Thyri loves weird, stupid monsters.
It's true. The boule puppy is most adorable, but it's a bit protective whenever you try and go near it.
Understandable. Thyri will just, like, lean over and wave at it and make little funny faces.
Yep. It makes a sound that sounds suspiciously like "Wah!" whenever it opens its mouth.
It's a little dinosaur.
Yeah. And then you get treated to the sight of the boule going underground. And it takes its child, like, scoops it up under one big claw and presses it against its chest where it latches on. And then it seems to wriggle its front claws and its nose up against the earth and then sinks right back down into it. Like Badesh rides it to the ground and then is just stood on top of solid earth, like flapping his wings a couple of times for balance as the ground beneath him trembles and it rides off for a bit. Maybe like 20-25 minutes later it comes back and it seems to have gathered up like a bunch of badgers that were underground.
Amazing.
Yes, they are quite. We're very fond of them. They take an awful lot of effort to train, though. They're, well, horrendously rabid at first. There are still a great many of them in the woods that are untrained, and therefore very dangerous. But that is the way of things. We cannot overindulge in tamings, otherwise the race would, well, it would lose a lot of its efficacy and potency.
Thyri will kind of look at Ludwig for a moment and wonder if that's what happened to wolves.
Ludwig will quirk a dog eyebrow at you.
Don't worry about it, boy. I'm sure we didn't
Dog squint.
domesticate you too badly.
Dog squint. He's fine. He's in a good mood. He got to play fetch.
Oh man, I wonder if he would try to play with the boule puppy.
He definitely intimidates the Boule puppy because he's a big ghost dog.
Okay.
That and he doesn't do things like make noise, so you know how animals tend to need like audible cues as well as visual ones?
Mhm.
He'd get along with the deaf one perhaps, but it's just way too unsettling and uncanny that it is soundless when it moves and does things.
My
Yeah.
heart she breaks.
Ruling in my screw.
Ruing in my roo. Yep. Alright.
But yeah, I'm gonna say a couple of hours is all it takes to do like a decent amount of foraging and gathering, and you've got berries and food, small game. It looks like they've led you to a place where they had some wild potatoes just sort of like dotted around. So that there's some vegetation that's just easier to fucking just scour out there and see what happens later. Yeah, eventually though, Badesh will actually guide you to the Pixie village. Well, it's just around here, through this clearing. Don't get lost, but you can see there are little underground markers that make it a lot easier to get around when you're looking for them. And you'll point out a few places where the earth looks to be extra turnt. From presumably Boule going around doing Boule things.
Of course, the earth has become turnt.
And there's wicked turnt. But now I'm going to take you to the map. Welcome to the village.
Pixie Town!
Ah, more adorable Boule puppies.
Oh
There
my
are-
god!
The farm is tilled by Boule puppies that are being trained.
It's incredible!
Yeah, that is the best training for them, is to, have them doing work around the place. You've already all run off before I could do any describing, you bunch of retards.
But they're so
exactly-
cute!
I can't trust you guys to not, just dash away.
This is exactly what I would do,
Yeah,
though.
yeah, it is.
Whee!
I will try and keep up instead. So Anna, the very first thing she does is see that there is a very large house planted up on a bunch of rocks. There are a number of nests attached to the roofs of it, and you can see that there are overhanging areas. Windows aren't a super hard to acquire commodity in this place. That's a thing that people tend to, picked up pretty early, and Arcanists made as popular as possible. There definitely aren't as many actual glass windows here. They seem to be open to the elements, and you can see traces of straw and stuff, so it's possible there are nests inside, that kind of deal. It smells very floral and fragrant, although the farm itself smells like a farm, mud, plants and animals. But yeah, so Anna, when you rush up to this building, you can see that there are a number of pixies and fairies flittering and fluttering around. Some are drinking from drinks. Some are it looks like they are either whittling. There's one who is holding a sphere of looks like a wood in their hand, and they have this long track laid out in front of them, and they keep whistling at it. And it makes this sphere of wood change shape slowly until it settles into this wooden track.
That's so cool. I want to know how to do that. How to do that?
Yeah, you immediately dash up to wrong one, that one. And I'll get to you in a moment. Saoirse immediately finds a bunch of farmer. Yeah, that is Mahara actually. Saoirse goes up to where the farmer pixies are, along with one who appears to be just halfway submerged in a beer mug, and immediately dives into conversation in an excited fashion, and they're just as excited back to see that there is someone.
There's a new fairy here.
There's a new
I
fairy.
don't know you.
Don't know you. It's great. Hi there. Yay. The farm is busy. There are big stables. Badesh is going to escort his boule to one. There are tons of these little cubes, but I couldn't be asked to put that many in. But they're all rowed up around to the tavern and the homestead where they sleep and live with their puppas. At which point Badesh will transform. into an elf. Let's see if I can find him. I've only got a
Oh, hey!
square token for him.
Jesus.
Sorry,
It
it's
is,
the familiar token.
yeah, Tanith Everdale from Urban Arcana,
Yeah.
or however his name was spelled. Can't remember it now.
I see a bunch of tokens from Urban Arcana here.
Yeah, well, you guys encountered a bunch of fairies and elves in that game. It's just how it be.
True, but still, we got Mahi and Affy too.
And yeah, there is Affy. The Badesh will sort of... it's a Tanel Aradov, thank you. Badesh will brush himself off. There's like a few loose feathers and he like plucks them out of his hair and flicks them aside. Ah, much better. So yes, welcome to the village.
It's a very nice place.
It's beautiful.
Why, thank you. It's usually a lot more full, but things have been a little bit scattered ever since that large dragon turned up in the distance. Scared a lot of animals. They've gone to ground. We're gathering them all up again gradually, and doing foraging like this, and he'll be holding up like a whole bunch of badgers. Will help entice the boule to returning. He's got a very softly spoken, like just lilting voice, pretty much permanently. Like you might have seen like an affectation of him being in bird form, but no, it just turns out he's got one of those voices.
Does he remind me of Titian at all? Because I imagine they're from like the same people group.
They are the same race of like elf, like just capital E elf. I believe Titian is classically in the handbook a wood elf, which doesn't really exist apart from in this context.
Alright, so he's probably like from around here.
It is entirely possible, yes.
That is a thing to pursue.
Yeah.
But I don't want to sound like a racist, so I'm not just going to ask, hey, do you know Titian? Oh my god.
Are you saying all elves from a secret bed race know each other? I mean, we should, actually, but
Yes, I don't do that.
Okay.
Foot
Yeah.
meat elf.
And he will gradually introduce the rest of you to escort you around these buildings, and the rest of your friends have already all scattered off too. Over here, as you can see, is the farm. There are a number of other ones that separate a little bit further out from the village, but we tend to focus on using this one to take care of the younger boule while they're being trained here. And he will, indicate to a bunch. And it's then that as you're looking over this farm that there is a elven figure in loose-fitting, mud-covered working clothes that turns around to look at you, and you recognize them. And their frilled, feathered hair. And she smirks at you all.
Is it Ariana or whatever the fuck her name is, the wizard?
Yeah.
God damn it.
Well, it's about time you all showed up here. And then you see her scoop up a puppy and give it scratches and belly rubs.
Oh.
I had no
Yes.
idea baby boulets were so adorable.
She will smile faintly and hold this one up. They're very approachable when their mothers are not around.
Very well pick him up and hug him and squeeze him.
Yeah, you get up. Yep. And she will smirk. You've left quite a lot of havoc in your path, you know.
Yes, hopefully less than we've averted, but I admit things haven't gone as peacefully as I might have hoped.
Yes. It's very hard to operate a network of eyes to follow you all around these days. Most feel that the job is becoming far too dangerous. At which point she will frown in faint disapproval.
What do you mean, follow us around?
Not directly, but we've been trying to make sure to, well, keep an eye on the movers and shakers of this land. It's what we've done for roughly ever. But, in a lot of cases, whenever we learn of individuals such as yourselves, we either find an agent close to you or try and guess where you're going so that someone can be there to observe on arrival, but that's been getting harder. Luckily, you don't make it hard to find yourselves again. Well, unluckily, I suppose. Really, you could do with just a touch more subtlety.
We really
Don't take
could.
it Yeah. Don't take it personally. We follow other people who are important. There's usually an eye on each Jarl, etc.
Like a solid beat before Thyri says, "Wait, you're following my husband too?"
Of course. Again, you seem to be under the impression that there's this, like, ever-watching thing. We just have people in the area so that they can respond to large events, so that we are not left out of the circuit.
Okay, I guess that's fair.
Were you setting up some kind of impression that we just have birds watching you through the windows?
Thyri thinks back to Titian watching her through the windows all the time. No, not really.
She will quirk a brow.
I mean, yes, that's exactly what I was thinking, but I
She
guess.
sighs and shakes her head, feathers like bristling and frilling out again before settling back down. It's kind of doing that, like the hair is almost a live thing because they move with expression at the same time. Well, far be it from me to interrupt your tour. I have been put on sabbatical because following you turned into such a task. As she indicates in her, like, farming overalls, surrounded by animals and pixies.
I think you probably found a much more pleasurable job here. And she will scritch a play.
Yes, it is a lot more relaxing, although I find I get far too highly strung without something to keep myself occupied. Yeah, if you're going to continue on your tour, she will ask for the boule back.
Aw. Actually, before she leaves, Thyri will say, I don't see many or really any tieflings around here. Do you not have any?
Not really, no.
Yes! Finally somewhere not full of tiefling haters.
I mean, it's somewhere not full of tiefling, to be fair.
That's even better.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay then.
She'll, like, quirk a brow.
Because you're not
Fair
keeping
enough.
them. And that's
I
really rare, I'm starting to learn.
I see. Yes, no, it's... Well, to be fair, it's rare to see anything that isn't a pixie or a werewolf around here. And that's partly to intention, but your group has a rather special reputation. I'm glad that you were located. Some people, when they are out in those woods, just spend days walking back in circles.
Yes, we only spent one day. So your people don't hold any slaves at all, or do you just not keep tieflings or members of other races?
She'll, like, scratch her bristles idly. We just don't really keep any. I'm sure it's... I'd like to say it's because of some kind of overarching morality, but we've just never had a need for them. So it's never come up.
Thyri will nod appreciatively. Then I suppose the rest of the Cold North could learn a thing or two from you. And she will hand back the boule.
Yep. It will like idly gnaw on her fingers while she rubs at it.
Aww. God, now I
Oh,
want
yes.
a Boule puppy. Like in
Everyone
real
wants-
life more than
Everyone wants a Boule puppy now.
Fuck yeah. Oh, could you imagine the damage it do to fucking carpets though? It would fuck those up immediately. It would constantly, like, their teething phase is a claw up and climb underneath phase. It would constantly just be removing carpet to ride underneath it.
Well, that's why it gets to live in the adamantine tower.
Yeah. Oh no, but then then its teething would be totally spoiled. It wouldn't have anywhere to burrow.
We could build it like a little sandbox.
You need quite a large one, but yes. I mean, you should build one, like a nice little Arab, like workable mini farm.
Yes. We could use Boule. We could use Boulets to help farm the land elsewhere in the Cold North.
That's something you could certainly inquire about.
Yes. Okay, carry on.
Yeah, Baden will then continue
I
to...
suggested that exact. That's why.
Yeah.
Oh
Anna
yeah,
was
that's right. we
actually
did.
ahead of you on this.
I just forgot because it's been a
getting-
while.
Yeah, getting Boule to till arable land. Because they are necessary. The ground is a challenging beast, but when you have something that makes its living just, going through the ground and sifting out large rocks and all of that shit all the time, like, it takes time, obviously. You'll learn this as you're escorted around here. But it takes a pack of Boule about 10 years to transform, like, unfarmable land into farmable land.
Well, that's better than infinite years.
Oh, yes, of course. Yes, over here is our tavern. It's a little living space. So people come here when they're done working, or if they just need a break. I found that pixies tend themselves quite heavily towards creation, which, of course, suits us to no end. It's probably why we got along so well in the first place. Over here is the crafting house. He will show you to it. There's like a very small forging area for like metal forging. There is leatherworking, hide tannery, that kind of stuff. I mean, tanning houses always smell funky, but you can see they've got these plants up around the ring of it that seem to be preventing stank from going too far.
Ah, yes, the stank.
Tanners fucking hum.
Yeah, they really do.
And over here is something you've probably never seen before. It's the Wood Singers.
Ooh.
And he will introduce you to a building that appears to be made entirely out of one solid piece of wood.
Whoa.
Yeah, he will like lean over and the tip of his finger turns into a little talon and he'll like scratch the wall a little bit and you can actually see that this building is alive.
That's amazing.
Yes, they're very proud of their craft. They can make just about anything from wood into any shape without having to cut it. Some say they sing it directly from trees, although it's not quite correct. So it's still best used on deadfall branches, or if you are willing to concert the efforts of many wood singers at once, they can craft one tree into something similar to what you see before you here.
So they sing until the tree grows into the shape they want?
Yes, think of it like sculpting with your hands, but with your voice. It's the easiest way to put it. It's sadly quite beyond our ken as an ability. It's something that the Fae are capable of learning, however. We just don't have that facet of our mind that ignores the facts of things that are impossible.
That does sound like fairies, yes.
Yeah, I think therefore I am is like a cornerstone of being Fae. And then we jump back to Anna. You were asking this this Mahira, this fairy. Although you're muted.
That's so cool. Oh my gosh. I've never seen someone do that before. I like to make things out of wood, but I don't know how to do that. How do you do that? What is this?
This right here is wood singing. It's very easy.
Is it?
What you do is you sing it a thing and you tell it to be a shape and it does the shape. Easy.
Can I
Although
try?
I'm the fucking best at it.
Oh, can I try?
Of course, anyone can try. Whether they'll succeed is different, but they can try.
I'm gonna try really hard then.
Roll me a d20.
May I as well?
No. No, it does. The wood doesn't do anything.
Oh.
Well, you tried. She'll
Aw.
pat you on the shoulder. Don't know why. Only really seems that fairies can do it. I think it's because we're special and awesome.
I know a fairy. She's really cool. She's over there. I'm gonna point at Saoirse.
Yep, Saoirse is already like holding aloft a shot glass while all the other fairies go chug, chug, chug.
Oh, ooh, here. You're my new friend. So here, meet my other friend. This is Wiggles.
Weak. Wow, your friend is strange looking. I've never seen one of them before. Or I think I have. Maybe I forgot though. Hey, how's it
Oh,
going?
she's really nice.
She will extend a hand. A tentacle will shake it. Squeak. Oh yeah, it's a pleasure to meet you too.
You speak the language?
Huh? No, I just guessed it was a greeting. Of course it was a greeting.
fair.
Why wouldn't it be? We were shaking hands.
True,
Mhm.
true.
And it was definitely a pleasure to meet you, because it always is.
Mm-hmm. So can you make the wood do anything? Make into anything? Can you like
Oh,
make
heck
a
yeah, I can do
box?
that.
Oh, can you make it into like a bird or like a Wiggles or
Hmm.
a fairy?
The more shapes and edges you put on a thing, the longer it takes. But yeah, I can make anything turn into anything, as long as it's wood and it turns into a shape. I can't make wood turn into a donut, but you know, I can make it turn into a shape.
Oh, here, look at this one. I don't know how to. I don't know how to do that. That's really cool. I made all this stuff though. I'm gonna give this one's a squid. This one's a jellyfish. I went underwater once.
Ah, no way!
I
He's
saw
a
these
fucking
cool
badass.
Yeah, I saw these things underwater. It was really cool. They had these people. There's people all underwater, and they had these little like plant things that you ate and let you breathe underwater.
Oh, no way!
Yeah.
I
And
can't
they
breathe
told us not.
underwater.
They told us not to bring any of them up above because they would dry out and then they would be bad.
Damn, I was going to ask if you had any. Then I could try and breathe in beer.
I wonder if
Did
it
you
would
try
work
that?
with
I
any
bet
kind
it's
of-
fun.
No, there was just water everywhere, and the people there didn't have any alcohol. It's just like
Oh.
being underwater all the time makes the alcohol go all over the place.
Oh yeah,
They
that's
had
right.
alcohol, but they were very careful about it.
That's right. I bet pouring stuff fucking sucks if you're underwater.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, I could try and make this into a thing. Check it out. And she'll like spit on both of her hands, rub them together a couple of
Yeah.
times, hold them out, concentrate till the tongue sticks out of her lips. Then she sings a song, a mysterious song that makes you all feel tingly to listen to it. The tune goes in one ear and out the other, but you can see this wood become like pliant and shifting, and she raises her hands like she's holding a conductor's baton, and it turns into a great big love heart full of vines.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah, it's the best.
Oh, I wish I could do that.
Well, maybe you'll become a fairy, then you can.
How do you become a fairy?
I don't know.
Is it like a
Generally, you're born into it,
like,
Anna.
is it like one of those werewolves and you bite them? Do you bite them? Do you
Mm.
bite people when they turn to fairies?
No one I've ever
not.
bitten has turned into a fairy that wasn't already a fairy.
Oh. Well, maybe if you have to bite someone that isn't a fairy.
I don't know, I've bit a lot of people.
Oh. Can you try biting me?
Alright,
I wanna see.
sure.
Don't.
I want to see what happens.
All right, cool. Where do you want to be bit?
Anywhere.
No.
All right, cool. She will run up and bite your nose.
No.
Viv just standing there. No, stop. Come back.
No. Come back.
Yep. The fairy bites your nose and will hang off of it for a few minutes before letting go.
Huh.
Yeah, you taste definitely peoply. Most peoply tasting people I've ever bitten.
What does it taste like?
People?
What do I taste like? I taste like
People.
people. I don't
Yeah.
know what that tastes like.
Well, they taste like people.
Oh. I've never eaten a person before, so I don't know.
Yeah, don't.
You're not supposed to eat them, but biting them is okay occasionally. Don't bite off a piece though. That's bad. We call that cannibalism, even if you want a human yourself, which I always thought was weird.
That would be weird, I guess. I just eat monsters. That's all I eat.
Oh yeah, what does monster taste like?
Oh, it's really, 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 really good. Oh.
I thought you were about to say tastes like monster. Of course, duh.
It's just so. It's a. I was saving this for later, but I guess I can share it with you and Wiggles right now. I got a monster blood sausage snack here, so I'm gonna share it. I'm gonna share it with my new fairy friend.
Oh, nice. All right, fuck yeah.
Monster meat.
She will pull out what appears to be a small cutting knife and has to go at it from the side. There we go. All right. And she will take a bite of it. Oh wow, that's pretty good. Mm-hmm.
It's very tasty.
Nom.
I'll feed half of it to Wiggles.
Yep. Wiggles makes it disappear like the inhaling sausage trick. Saoirse, can I get a con save? You're drinking.
Yeah.
She basically turned up in about 5 minutes of conversation at one point. I went, oh yeah, I got a friend over there, a fairy. And you look over and everyone's going, chug, 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 around Saoirse. All right, Saoirse's drunk. But guess what? She happens to have a mutation that has her being ultra very attractive, and she's in a land full of fairies. So to them, she's like triple double fuckable.
Yeah.
So she's attracting a lot of undue attention. And now they're all trying to get you loaded.
Yeah.
Turns
I
out that
love
night,
everything about this.
all the fairies went to one place.
Funky Town? The Soul Train?
I was gonna say go down on her, but okay.
Yeah, sure.
I think I'm going to. Okay, this calls for something special. Let's see. She showed me how to make something. How she makes something. So I'm gonna take a piece of wood from my bag, and I'm going to make maybe I'll do. Ooh, yeah, I'll do that.
Nice.
It's a boule puppy.
Wow, that's so awesome. I can't do that with my hands. How do you do it with your hands?
I just do it with my hands.
She seems just as amazed that you can do carving with your hands as you do about her singing a thing into a shape.
I've been working really hard at it, but I make them every single day, and I just give them to people.
Wow.
I just give them to people, but then people give me money for them.
That's
I don't know
fucking
why.
sweet.
Yeah.
I don't have any money on me, or I would give you some.
Well, you're my new friend, so you can have this one.
Oh, thanks. And then she will sit on the boule puppy. It feels just about as hard as one, actually, now that I think about it. Pretty fucking cool.
I'm really glad you like it. New friend. What's her name? I'm Anna.
My name is Mihira. Mihira Amberbud. How could it not be?
Could it not be? Well, it's very nice to meet you. Oh, I'm gonna bring I'm gonna bring my other friends here. They're all
Sure
getting.
thing.
I don't know where they went, but I'm gonna go see them. Oh, you should talk. Okay. Oh, be careful around Thyri. She gets very nervous, so be careful. She's the biggest one.
The biggest one. Okay, cool. And then she'll follow you outdoors while you're leaning around the corner. There is a dinosaur?
Oh, second biggest one.
Oh, okay.
That's a
I don't even
sunset.
know what that is.
That's Sunset. Sunset is the big dinosaur.
Oh, okay. I don't know what that theory is then. That's awesome though. Look at her. She's fluffy and horny. And
yeah,
glowy.
that's her. She's the Thyri.
Thyri
Nice.
turns around.
Thyri! Thyri!
Hello, Anna.
Wave. This is my new friend. Be my new friend.
Hey there.
Hello.
She will adjust her hat, plant her hands up onto her hips before offering one out to you.
Thyri will extend like a finger.
It is a pleasure to meet you. Shake, shake, shake.
You as well, Mahira, was it?
Yep, that's me. Mayor, I'm the best singer in the place.
Oh, you're responsible for the living wood buildings outside. I was just admiring your work.
Ah, thanks. I mean, it wasn't all me. Those ones take like a lot of us all working at once.
Well, still, it's absolutely amazing. You have nothing like that where I come from.
Yeah, but you can do that stuff with your hands. That's kind of impressive. Like, she just made this. And Mahira will indicate the wooden brulee puppy.
Well, that's uniquely Anna.
Speaking of unique, what are you? You're awesome. Look at you. You're fuzzy and glowy and horny all at the same time.
Oh, I'm a werewolf, but I'm also a tiefling.
She's never horny.
Why do you
She's
say it
always
like
horny.
that?
What
Oh,
you
right, you
say?
know about sex. Yeah. Oh, that's a shame, but whatever.
That's not... the why?
Because I'm me.
Because she's Viv.
But yes, I am a
will flutter,
tiefling
hover
werewolf.
on the spot. No way. Are there lots of you? Did you have to bite a tiefling? Or did you bite a werewolf? Did you bite the werewolf? Is that how that works? Because I've never seen one of you before, but I've also never known anyone bite a werewolf.
No, I was born
I've bitten a werewolf. It didn't really do anything.
I
Yeah.
have too. No, I was born a tiefling and then used a great deal of magic and alchemy to transform myself into a more canine form, and then had my husband, who is a werewolf, bite me, and then I became this.
Well, did a good job. You're looking real fucking awesome.
Oh, well, thank you.
She'll give you a little fairy thumbs up. And yeah, you guys are in the Pixie Brulee Village. Is there anything you want to do? You have the fucking run of the place. They have a wood singers guild. They have crafters, which, although limited in size, are capable of crafting all the basics. They got a nice farm. So hey, guess what, Thyri? Guess what, Thyri? Your vegetable diet is going to see a little expansion, which is nice.
Yes. Also, let's be honest, the only thing Thyri wants to do here, at least for right now, is just play with boule puppies, so...
Just roll, like, as well, you've got the dog owner stand, so you can, like, roll around in the dirt while you do it. Like, fuck yes! Indulge in being childish.
Yes, take more drugs, roll around in the ground, play with puppies.
Sure, give me a D8. Let's see how loaded you are.
Oh god. 4.
Sure, for four whole hours, you're going to be completely unbothered by the rest of the world and your brain thoughts.
I have a feeling I was supposed to do something here, but I can't remember what it was now.
Yeah, didn't you say you wanted to do some sort of like smithing or something like
Yeah. Zoom.
All right. You remember, like, bye, new friend, and then return to sitting on the wooden brulee and sipping from a cup. Sure. So you go into the crafters area. Up against one wall is like a skinning rack and a like leatherworking bench. You can see like little bolts and twisty tools and little cutty things. And then the other side is it's not a massive forge. It's being used by a fairy, so it's probably like half the size of the average forge, which is still probably too large for the fairy, but she makes it work. She like pulls a piece of metal out of the forge and just fucking she's jacked. She is a biceptuous fairy.
Ooh.
For a moment, I wanted to have like a real Chad greeting, like "What's up?" No.
Just start flex. Just start
the
flexing.
yeah, the fucking Chad fairy just flexing up.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Hello.
they can do jewelry here.
Hello?
Hey there, how can I help you?
Hi. I'm Anna. I was hoping that you could help me, and maybe let me use some of the cool tools here.
Huh. Okay, sure. Do you got money?
I'm
Alright, sure. What do you want to do?
gonna take out my stuff that I collected, that I grabbed from all of our stuff. I need to make a magic thing. A thing. Magic. A magic.
You need to make a magic, huh? What kind of magic? What do you want a magic at? What should it do? How do you make it? How do you want it made?
Well, I'm going to carve this. I'm going to carve this bone, and then I'm going to simmer it in this blood, in this magic blood that we got from a dragon. We killed a dragon. It was really cool. I wasn't really a dragon. It was more like a big drake.
Wasn't it more like a big goose?
Big goose. Yes, all right, goose. It was a goose. We fought this really huge goose that breathes fire. And this is
No
blood.
way! A fire-breathing goose? It is actually crazy out this forest.
It was a drake, not quite a dragon. It was a drake.
It wasn't a goose?
It wasn't a goose. She gets them confused all the time.
I imagine if I were too used to seeing geese or dragons, I would mix those up too.
I mean, a fire-breathing geese would be pretty awesome to see as
Anyway, okay. I'm gonna whisper you something. Okay.
Sure, go for it.
All right. I'm gonna whisper this to the fairy. Let's see.
In the butt? I don't know. Okay. And while Kina's typing that, you guys wanted to make stuff, jewelry, was it?
Yes, I need to take at least, I think, a few of the small bones to make like a kind of choker from like the ancient lava drake.
Okay. Now then, I will add that this stuff does take time. It'll be about, a week to work these things out, even if you're taking it in turns with the forge. Because that's just how it do. Let's see here. Yeah, she'll, what level of blood are you using, sorry?
Me, vital.
Vital.
It's the only one I have. It's the only fighter one I have. I need
Fair
fire.
enough. Cynthia as well, vital? Or
I
are
was
you going
actually,
with one of the strongs?
well, I wasn't going to use blood. I was more, this is just going to be a base for like the residium I got.
Oh yes, you've got Residium. Okay, sure.
Yeah, I got. I'll let them go first, and then I'll have my thing.
That's what I want to make.
I want to get those earrings commissioned. Sorry, nipple rings.
That sounds awesome. Yeah, she'd love to make it, Anna.
Excellent.
It'll take her 4 days. It's not
Okay.
complicated for her. She can have another fairy help her with the actual making it magic part, but she'll give
Okay.
you a thumbs up.
Yay! I had this idea. It was inspired.
It is an impressive idea, that's to be sure. I'd be happy to make it. Seems like it'd be fun.
Yeah. Ooh, we can test it out together. I have a bunch of meat from the goose still, and we can test it out.
All right, sure. It sounds like fun.
Yay!
I'll get the family around. We're gonna make a big thing of it.
Yeah!
Well, I'm excited.
Okay. So Cynthia.
Yep.
For Anna, 25 gold. Not a big deal.
Okay.
Let's see here. Cynthia, how magic do you actually want? What level of Residium is it?
Give me 1 second to look. I think it was rare, but let me just double check it. Rare level magic item worth. Yep.
Okay. 75 gold, since she doesn't have to do much on it.
Wonderful.
Excellent. And Viv.
Yep, I also got rare residium for this.
Okay. And what parts are you using? And what kind of thing do you want?
Let's see, do I need parts for the,
I mean, if you're after, like, magical jewelry, you still need something like it. Otherwise, it's just, for instance, a +1 necklace. It's like a +1 to what? Like, I don't fucking know, a +1 to being a necklace. Beats the fuck out of me.
Fair enough. Let me look through the stuff.
The most necklacey necklace. Like, yeah, if you wanted to actually be magic, you're still going to need something that I could base it off of, like a monster's parts, or a type of gem renowned for its qualities and such and such.
Let's see. Ooh, we got an eye here from the lava drake. That'd help.
An eye would be a good call. Sort of get an eye and some jewelry and magic it up.
Yeah.
Okay. They've got some sap and stuff. She can probably make an amber casing for it.
Hmm.
Alrighty.
Alright then. How much
Sure.
is that gonna be?
Overall, for that, let's see here. I think I can make something quite strong out of that. So probably like 150 gold.
Okay. Let's pull up the geomancy table.
Yep.
So I gotta hand over some more parts for that. I believe that's actually the title of it.
Probably. Handouts.
Where is it?
Sale
Yep.
prices.
Great Beast Geomancy.
Geomancy. Yes, there it is.
Now let's throw in a small tooth for that then. From the lava drake.
Sure, I want a haggle chest. Haggle test, please.
I mean, that's what Viv uses to haggle, is her chest.
It's true.
What's that, persuasion?
Yes, please. Yeah, she'll buy it at price. Take it as a trade. Yep, alright. So you guys are going to be here for, let's see here, 3 different magical items, all being produced from the same forge, slightly smaller forge. One of them is simpler. 2 of them would be a week, but she can do 2 concurrently. Say week and 2 days.
Sounds good. We sticking around, or are we headed back?
I think we're sticking around the village unless we have something else to go and run to.
Your next destination is further on south, Anaquest, so it's your call.
Mm. I mean, I don't mind making a return trip if we're going down for Anaquest.
Sure. Do you want to do Anaquest then, as well, with whatever the rest of you decide before or after collecting your magic items?
I'm okay with waiting. I don't care.
I
Okay.
don't care.
I'm also okay with waiting.
What the fuck is going on with my headset?
I don't know. What the fuck is going on with your headset?
You guys can hear me, right? Fine, just fine?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay. Okay, I guess that's... Never mind.
Although occasionally we hear an echo of ourselves come up through it, but that's only very rarely.
Okay, well, whatever.
Yeah. Let's see here. Yeah, what about
I'm
the rest
excited.
of you? Wait or move on?
I'm very excited.
I mean, have we done what we plan to do with the Pixie Blade? Because I don't
have
know
no
what we're
idea.
supposed to- I don't know what we're supposed to do with them. Like, this just says make ties with them.
That's right. How do you want to go about doing so? You've learned about this place's existence, and they have spoken to you, and been cordial, and taken trade, and all that stuff. But what do you want to accomplish?
I mean, if we're done with crafting, I can start working on that. Because basically what I'd like to posit to these people is like, hey, we're trying to get, this little... What the fuck would you call this? An island?
Continent?
No,
I
I
don't
mean, the area of the world where, like, Bulgriff's territory is, that's surrounded by that river.
Territory?
Land,
Sure, whatever.
territory, that
Territory.
kind
I
of
mean,
thing.
they would call it territories just because, animals, etc.
I feel like there's an actual term for...
There is a word for it.
Whatever.
I mean, it's a jarldom.
Well, no, I mean the specific land formation of, like, being surrounded by water, but also interior to a landmass. But whatever. Anyway, this is my Jarldom. We're hoping to get it to be able to produce its own food, and perhaps you could help us with that with your amazing ground puppies.
And also, it turns out it's called a lake island.
Lake Island, yeah, of course it is.
Yeah.
That's
Or an inland island if you're looking for a different word that's not quite lake.
Inland Island. There you go. But yeah, Thyri would like to get some of these Boule puppies to come down there to help till the earth, and in exchange, if they want anything, or even if they don't really, I think Thyri could potentially offer them the location of a high elf and his domain, who is still alive and perhaps would be of interest to them.
You want to get him in touch with the man in charge of the High Elves, huh?
Yes.
Sitting on his throne and shit. Smoking pipes.
I think that would be probably a benefit for him and for them.
You can't tell me what to do, I'm the boss of me.
Well, yeah, I'm just going to send some people to knock on his door. It's a wellness check, really.
Yeah. I'm not going into a home, damn it. You'll never make me leave my house. I'll live here, I'll die here.
Oh my god. Okay, Dad, calm down.
While I can't hear you, I shoot guns with a head protection on. Let's see here. Okay, so yeah, I mean, they'd be interested in that information regardless. They do use money trade here because there are agents and people who go outside of the woods and do trade, so they collect goods. As you might expect, alcohol is still a very popular trade good. It's
We
produced
actually
by
make
Landover,
alcohol in...
Yeah.
yeah,
it's
okay.
really quite good alcohol.
Excellent. I finally have someone I can trade with.
Yeah. These guys. So, are you looking to get one put in, like south of the Druid Grove, perhaps? Farming
Yes, because that's just a whole bunch of empty land, basically.
Yeah. They will say there's like a potential that some of it won't be usable because it might be too close to the ground of like the underwater channels.
True.
So
But then
it might
again,
not be as
they'll
large a
have
farmland as
constant
you
access to fresh water to irrigate the crops, so...
That's true. But they'll warn you, it's like you might not get as much farmable land out of this as you expect, just because the land itself might not be shaped particularly well for it. Like, it's all well and good having access to fresh water, but if they like are digging a bunch of ground and then suddenly there's just like a fucking underwater flood, an underground flood, then that's going to be a problem.
Yes. Well, that's okay, because if there's an underground flood, then we can put a fucking fish farm there.
Technically, I suppose.
Everything's turning up, Bulgruff.
Yeah, give me a persuade test, please.
Alright.
No guidance or any of that stuff, because it's a long conversation that's going on here.
Okay. Can I have assistance from somebody, though?
Oh yeah, sure.
Okay.
Plenty of assistance.
Alright, let's hope this doesn't fuck up. Well, I'm glad I had assistance. Jesus Christ.
Okay. I mean, a 23 is plenty. You guys are very heroic by this point, so I generally expect you to beat DC 20s like with ease, even without your fucking circle jerk of score. And okay. So yeah, it's probably like a few hours, maybe an extra day of talks. Like occasionally they call in people to like, corroborate this extra information, because it's the Pixies who run the farming and train the Boule. Although there are plenty of Werehawks here, plenty is still like it's a misleading term because there just aren't many of them. But what ones are around will speak for things you've gotten up to. There are a number of them who are worried that like helping you with a thing is going to get them involved in politics, and then there's like a group shudder from everyone at politics. Ugh.
We promise not to get you involved. We
That's
handle our
a promise
politics
that they don't-
outside.
That's a promise they don't think you can keep, but they're willing to risk it by the end of your talks.
Because they know deep down we're going to do our best to keep it.
Yeah. But they also expect you to, much as your party is developing a reputation for, bumblefuck your way into a situation and mistakenly use someone else to bail you out, and that gets them involved. I'm not saying there's a precedent, but there is a precedent.
Look you.
You're in the one place where the fact that your party has a fucknormous reputation will be advantageous and disadvantageous, because everything they know about your group is based on the reputation it has garnered in places. And over the next few days, that reputation is about to take a massive downturn. What with
Why?
the conquering and all. The conquering and the rioting and the blood in the streets.
Well, let's get this trade deal finalized before that gets out.
Speaking of before that gets out, though, there is a chance for an update on progress. Do you ever talk to your mum during the duration of being around? Like within, I think it's your second day there in the area, that should be the week when reinforcements would have gotten to the stronghold to start like bailing tieflings out, so to speak.
Yeah, I guess we'll... Like, about that time, Thyri will get in touch with Mumsy.
Sure. Do you take a shot of your anti-anxiety medication?
Yes, I fucking do.
Awesome. Give me a D8.
Alright. Okay.
Okay. So you got 3 hours of anti-anxiety brain, but you are now officially out of the stuff that you have produced.
It's okay. Yes,
You'll
I
have
took
to do
detailed
more
notes. I care
Yeah,
about
you
all
have
the
to
things
do
now.
more. Of course. You will have to try extra hard. There's definitely an opportunity to improve it, because like a variable number of hours and a half-life is probably down to some some number that you aren't balancing correctly, or just a slight incompatibility with the bits and pieces. Like you need a chance to sit down with like a real like fucking herb setup and some synthesized chemicals.
Yeah.
And there's only so many to hand.
Gotta get back home to get that shit going. Yeah, alright, once Thyri's drugged herself up, like an hour later, she'll go up on top of Adamant and open up the talkie circle.
Sure, there are a bunch of fairies who would like try to like fly up there and take a peek in.
I take
I
the
take
circle
it you've gone
down the floor.
You can't, but you can also like just ask them nicely to not look, and they'll behave.
Alright, yeah, I will ask them to go away.
Yep. A couple of golems will like do some shooing.
Excuse me, I'm on the phone here. Do you mind?
Yeah, that's basically
Yes.
like, hey there. Sorry, being very rude here. Just need to have a little talk. It's it's a me and the person I'm talking with thing. If you could just, thanks. Yeah. But yeah, it takes maybe like 5-10 minutes to have them like go, shoo. You can take a look at this cool tower later, but shoo. And they will do so. Let's see here. Good old Astrid's room. And let's see here.
Was she that big earlier?
Yeah, she's always been this large.
Is she? Alright.
Yeah.
Oh, I just backed out of the game. Nice.
Smart.
It's not like Scal's been subtly making her just a tiny bit larger each time you visit it.
No, that's only if I need the
She was
Benedict.
Nicolas Cage the whole time.
Yeah, the Nicolas Cage token is one of my favorite dumb things to just slowly enlarge on screen until someone notices it.
Alright, but yeah, we'll step into the ring and dial Mumsy.
No. Yeah. So you step into view, and Astrid looks tired. There is a stack of papers to one side, and you can see like a couple of spent sending stones. There is a bird that looks semi-mechanical that's like perched up just on top of a bookshelf over here.
That's weird.
Yep. Hey, Thyri. Hello there. You've caught me at a little bit of a bad time.
Oh, sorry. I guess you can probably guess why I'm calling.
Yes. She will push a couple of papers to the side and rub the bridge of her nose. My dear, I thought the reason you wanted to do this yourself was because you thought it would result in less bloodshed.
Yeah, then a dragon decided he was gonna blow up the world.
And what is the situation with this dragon, dear? Because we have no idea what the fuck is going on with it.
Well, he lost his daughter, and by lost I mean misplaced, not like she died. Though he made it sound like she died, but it turned out she didn't, she just ran away from home. And he made us go find her, or he would blow up all of reality, and we did. He wasn't very happy, though, so he caused some chaos because his daughter wanted to marry a person instead of a dragon, I guess.
And sexually identifies as a two-handed flanged mace.
Yes,
Yep.
it turns out she sexually identifies as a two-handed flanged mace, and not as a giant earth-shaking dragon.
She's going to pause and like lean down into a cupboard and pull out a bottle. She'll flick off the cork, take a gulp,
Yeah, I would
return
too.
the cork, and put it back down into the desk again before shutting it slowly.
Can you
Okay.
repeat that?
No, she's just gonna nod and accept it.
Yeah, it wasn't the best time, but, you know.
Well, I suspect that you are looking for an update on progress with Northern Stronghold. It's not good. When the relief force arrived, we found that the people inside Stronghold, the new Jarl, good job there, she was a good choice at least, had to barricade herself in with a small honor guard of the faithful to keep the streets from pouring in and trying to lynch her. And there were an awful lot of ritually sacrificed Tiefling. Our forces went in and had to neutralize a rather large number of distant threats, and they're currently in process of walking a Tiefling train out of the city. But we don't have the space for all of them at once, which we're currently working on, and she'll like indicate a bunch of random papers and the messenger owl over her shoulder and all that. Chasing up a lot of contacts, so that they actually have a home to arrive to.
Do I think I might have room for some more tieflings at...
No,
I
definitely not.
Okay.
You're the housing of the nearby villages, and also the fact that the Jarl's place itself is more like a glorified barracks and living place is... Yeah, you would immediately stress them way beyond capacity and just put everyone there in a shit position.
Yeah. Okay.
We're working on it. But it's messy. Very messy. I quite anticipated the degree to which your actions have consequences. As much as I would have liked you all to stay around for a little while, I suspect they chased you out. But, the lack of a
Yes.
strong presence in the area certainly left the general idiot populace to go about performing a number of atrocities. And you can tell she's very much on purpose not going into details.
Yeah, Thyri appreciates that.
You, on the other hand, dear, are looking very well rested. I'm very jealous I am.
Yes, we're in the Pixie village. They're quite amicable. I think this is the only place I've been so far that doesn't have slaves in it. It's quite nice.
Does it have tiefling at all?
No, actually.
Huh.
Not for, any hostility towards us, just, well, there's only two types of people here at all.
Sounds strange, but fair enough. And what are their opinions on the world at large, their chances of involvement? Are they someone I can safely tick off the list or not?
Yes, they're certainly not a threat to anyone. If anything, their greatest threat is to badger kind. They simply want to be left alone and farm. We're negotiating with them to borrow some boulets to till the land in my jarldom, but I think that's about the extent of their willingness to interfere in the politics of the realm.
Any trade goods that they have an interest in?
Beer. They like liquor.
Well, you've got that well in hand at least.
It's amazing how hard it is to find a good trading partner around here.
Yes. Well, I mean, it's part of the reason I've wanted to expand us to the greater continent as a whole. Open a passageway into the Black Isles and a passageway into the central jungles. Open trade up to the rest of the world. But it's rather difficult to get underway.
Thyri thinks for a moment. I wonder if we could use the boulets to chisel a path through the mountains.
It's a possibility. I feel like they don't... What's the word for it? They surf through the land. They don't so much clear any out. They don't tunnel in the same way as leaving tunnels behind.
True, but they'd
be
soften the rock
helpful.
up for engineers.
Yes, they'd certainly be helpful. We'll have to see if we can rent some, maybe once we can exist publicly, at least, as a political group. She looks pleased with this news at the very least. And yeah, you get to once again hear her, future plans, as it were.
Alright, just so the party will stop yelling at me about it, I think, like, while we're talking about, Mumsy's plans, Thyri will finally just give a sigh and say, Mother, I have a question. It's been gnawing away at me for a bit.
Alright, go ahead.
The undead. Why have you been using them? Surely you realize that doesn't help anyone's perception of you.
Well, no, of course not. But until recent events, we were a rather invisible force. We didn't have an identity tied to them. And for the most part, undead summoning is easier if the corpses are willing, such as it were. For instance, we have a lot easier time raising tiefling than we do anyone else at all. You're right that it doesn't look particularly good, but we've been
a very blunt instrument when you unleash it on an entire town. You gotta understand, Mon, that's the reason I opposed you from the get-go. I was in Sarmond when your undead minions attacked it. Thought you'd gone mad.
I'd heard that you were there, but hadn't believed it because you'd never brought the matter up. Dear Sarmond was the single greatest failure that we have to thus encountered. A rogue element indulged in magics that I thought within their capacity, and it proved not to be. The undead left unchecked. It was an unsolicited massacre great many Tiefling died, as well as innocent humans and other, and she'll pause and quote, slave races. Someone was an accident, sweetie. And it's an accident I still don't forgive myself for.
Thyri will just, like, face palm. Well, what were you trying to accomplish with that? I mean, what use do you have for an undead army? Were you going to attack a Jarl? Was that going to be aimed at Bulgruff?
The reason we wanted a force at all there is so that we could hunt great beasts.
Squint.
I mean, of course we want it for magical equipment. We needed operatives who could be stronger as singular units and people. Because we don't have the advantage of numbers or training. The most obvious way to do that is get together a bunch of mostly willing bodies and throw them at the great beasts until we have a great deal of parts, which, as I'm sure you're aware, and she will look you up and down, are worth a great deal of money and can make quite powerful belongings and goods. And in a pinch, they do make a useful emergency army in the case of defenses. If Ashenhold ever needed attacking, then that's one of the things we would be able to produce quickly.
He just, like, full body shudders at the thought. Ugh. I'm glad it never came to that, and I hope you've learned your lesson about not using them now.
Yes, dear, it's still a capability that we have, and until all this is done, I will let you know that I won't be taking that power away from anyone. Not taking a weapon that could be used to protect an awful lot of Tiefling lives out of their hands. The events of Sarmond were a mistake, and a great and terrible one.
A mistake that wouldn't have happened if you hadn't been using powers that weren't meant for mortal hands.
She will fold her arms very pointedly.
Yeah, so will Thyri, like, ideological impasse.
She will take a deep breath. There is little to be done about it now, although you have my apologies. For what it's worth, it was something that shouldn't have happened, and would that I could undo it, make sure it never happened. But we needed people, and we needed an army. We didn't want the innocent living to suffer and perish, just so that we had a fighting chance. And I won't regret that fact at all. It was the right decision.
Thyri will just kind of half scowl and sigh and say, "Very well. Hopefully my group's efforts can prevent the need for that again."
She will toss her hands up. I will make the promise now. If you successfully resolve all of this and we can exist as some kind of political force. Although, judging by the way this whole continent has been flipped on its head by yourselves at this rate, it's looking like a queendom is in the operative. Then I will make sure that the powers of creation of undead are relinquished.
Do you really need to exist as a political force if tieflings
Yes.
are free?
Because I think that most people are idiots. Most people in charge of politics are still Jarls who are warband leaders and fighters, and yes, they're capable of doing things like managing their holds and their accounts. I'm not going to do them that much of a disservice, but I don't trust any of them with the great political world. None of them have operations or run the information that we have here. I don't think any of them are capable of bringing us into a glorious future. So yes, no, I would like to be a political force, something that can actually be reckoned with.
But that doesn't seem like you need a political force as much as a guild or organization, some sort of traders organization that could help open up the world to us, not a revolution.
Oh, honey, guilds still need someone at the top, someone to tariff to, someone to get a final say or to police them.
Well, come to Bulgriff's lands. You know he's a good and fair man.
I have no need to go to his lands. I would like. Possibly my own hold. And again, I suppose things like that themselves will take time, but no, I would like tieflings as a whole to have a representative. And I'd like to be able to see some people outside past this land.
I'm not saying I disagree with you about representation, just disrupting the whole social order is something that...
Honey,
never mind.
already doing that.
Freeing slaves is different than creating whole new jarldoms or some sort of over-queenship.
Sweetie, you've just created a new jarldom.
I was about to
And
say.
you've won 2
Transitioned
wars.
the leadership of an existing one.
That's creating a new Jarldom.
No, it's not.
I'm drugged up. I can't hear your voices in my head.
Yeah, there's like...
She will frown and she will sigh. And you know what? She'll get up and you can actually hear like joints and stuff clicking, and she again looks exhausted. And she will like roll out a map. Right here, in the center of it all. It is the closest thing to neutral space that isn't forcibly neutral like the Freelands. I want to cut that wedge out for myself. And from there, establish a place for tieflings who, don't want to be around others after a lifetime of slavery. And also to accept everyone, if I'm entirely honest. I imagine there are others who would be interested in getting away from Jarls.
Does anyone actually control that land right now?
It's one of those ones that people like getting little knuckle dust-ups. Right now, Bulgriff is looking real strong, but he hasn't made a play for it. And Southern Stronghold is basically waiting for him to make the play for it. But she could just swoop in and stop that from happening by claiming it herself.
Well, I mean, if you want to take land that isn't claimed by anyone, I guess there's no harm in it. I can at least make sure Bulgriff doesn't threaten you. I'd like, once this is all over, if we could be allies.
Sweetie, we're family. We're always meant to be enemies. No, I'm teasing. Of course, I would love us to be allies. What I want to be is allies with literally everyone. That's the whole point.
Yes.
That means I would have to stop giving you preferential treatment, though, my dear. But I would still expect you to come by for dinner once in a while.
We're super best friends now.
I wanted to be friends with everyone too, but it's a little harder than you think.
Dear, we all saw it coming.
I know. I tried so hard. I really did.
I know, dear.
And got so far.
Thyri bludgeoning a Jarl to death. Why won't you be my friend?
I almost had him convinced to at least talk to me, and then this asshole wizard decided to cast some spell that just makes you glow if you're a tiefling. Do you have a way to stop that? That would be real helpful.
We have some dampening equipment, yes. Otherwise, a couple of our servants wouldn't be able to be operative, but they're very hard to make. The abyssal legacy, such as it is very specifically hard to hide. It's one of the easiest things to spot, sadly.
Damping.
So
We have a couple. I own one and I don't use it because, well, I'd like to see them try and mess with me directly. Not that I've given anyone a chance in I don't know, 10 years or so.
You know,
Indeed, I suspect you still don't even know where my lovely office is located.
I don't. I suspect you probably still don't want to tell me, do you?
I would like to hear a guess. I always think that's fun.
Oh, God. I guess I think you're here. There, we'll point to, like, this area.
A good guess, but no. I'm in your basement. She's in the basement of Overland Keep. The whole time there's been this beautiful office underneath there. No one
Honest,
checked.
I wouldn't fucking be
yeah.
surprised.
No, right underneath your nose.
It's just the smuggest. She will inform you that she is actually beneath Telngudrun.
Aha! That was my second guess, because you wanted your land to be right there.
Yep.
I just thought, you know, an already extant city full of people.
Yeah,
Or
that place
not
is strange.
people, but-
We haven't gone in it.
We're thinking about it. I'll let you know how that goes.
Indy, if you need some kind of squadron of people and when the time comes, let me know. But it seems that you're quite capable of decimation all by yourselves.
You don't have to rub it in.
No, you're right. That's actually really an awful thing to have said again, and I'm very sorry.
It's alright.
Regardless, my dear, I need to return to this if those Tiefling actually want to have a home to arrive at when they finish their journey.
Yes, I have more negotiations for Boulay rentals to get back to, I guess.
Yes, if you could mention the capabilities of some mountain clearance in the eventual future, that would be appreciated.
I will. Goodbye, Mother.
Goodbye, sweetie.
Maybe once we're finished in First Holding, we'll stop by telling Gudrun.
I'd like that. I'll see if I can't get your sister to come around as well, and we can have dinner.
Has she found herself a man yet?
No, you can help me gang up on her.
Excellent. Bye.
Right, take care, sweetie. And then, yeah. She returns to her works.
We'll step out of the circle, take a big, like, sigh of relief and exhaustion, and then go downstairs and give some fairies a tour of the fortress.
Yeah, they would love to fucking look around. It's super cool in here.
Talking to Mom is always so stressful. I don't know why.
I love that it is. I can basically hear the tension every time, and I feel like I only managed to impound it by having her be really nice every time as well.
Yes, like if she was maniacally evil, it'd be so much easier.
Yeah, even
It's
more
always
so now-
easier going into a battle ready to throw a fist.
Yeah, so how about that? Your
As
mom...
it is, I still fully expect Viv to punch Rhea.
Your mom only had Stormwind as an accident kind of thing. How's that making you feel?
It was a tragedy, an absolute fucking tragedy that she just does not forgive herself for. This whole fucking time, your whole reason for the distrust is because one rogue person failed, and she's the one who failed them.
Look, Thyri feels good that her mom feels bad about it, but it still should never have happened, and it's entirely because she messed with the undead, which she should never do.
Yep.
Ree!
Yeah, but then she made you a promise not to mess with them if you could do this.
Yes,
Do
and
the
that's
thing.
why we
She
should
never has to
do
touch
the thing.
necromancy.
We just need to do the thing, and then Mom will destroy her knowledge of undead summoning, and then everything will be great.
Yep. And then we get Queen Astrid.
Oh man, like
With the Cold
that's
North.
not gonna go well.
Oh, it's gonna go super
No,
well.
it's going to go super well.
Because you get to be Princess Thyri.
I'm already Princess Thyri.
Yeah, but you get to be a
can be
legitimately
literally
princess. You're Disney Princess Thyri. You can be Princess Disney Princess Thyri.
I mean, it's not like my mother's gonna be the over queen of the cold north. Like,
No,
there's no.
she's obviously not.
She's just like she can declare herself queen of that town. But
I wonder what would happen if she just goes, yes, Queen Astrid, and see what fucking happens.
God, just everyone just besieges her town. There's just the boars and bears on one side, and then the wolves on the other. Just no one likes each other. They're not helping each other, but they're all just besieging the town at the same time.
God, alright, one sec, I gotta make notes. Come at me, bro.
You want to fucking go, bunny?
You wanna fucking go? You wanna fucking go, bunny? I think your mom could do it. I think she could become Queen Astrid.
I don't want her to be Queen Astrid, though.
I know.
We do. I think that'd be a good option. I like it.
I like this a lot. I want everyone but you to be like, yeah, Queen Astrid sounds dope. I feel like Astrid
No,
would be like, fuck yeah.
Theory, or Viz with Theory.
Like,
But
I
Nana-
Queen Grandma.
don't
Queen
have
Grandma
a horrible
sounds dope.
problem with her.
But
like,
Nana is
making
so
her own
nice. She'd
town.
make a she'd be very good.
Oh god
Yeah,
damn it! I
Nana
was
is.
gonna mention the dream. Oh well, whatever.
Yeah. Yeah. Anna loves Nana.
Hmm.
Yeah. Okay then. So you return to enjoying yourselves and diplomatizing. Still got 7 days of magical construction to go, but are you going to head out and onwards to the direction of Anaquest? Or are you going to hang around the last week and get your loot?
I mean, meh. I'm content to play with Boule puppies for as long as I'm allowed to.
I don't care.
Do I have any downtime training I would like to finish? Wait.
Yeah, you could take a week of downtime.
Oh, I can finish painting. We should take a week of downtime.
Oh, you can finish learning how to paint?
I can finish learning how to paint.
What was I doing with that? Oh, I don't know what I'm doing with downtime now.
I think you're doing stages of skill learning, right?
That's Cynthia.
Whoring yourself out
I don't
to fairies.
have any skill learning so far yet. I've already got all my tool stuff that I wanted to.
Oh yeah, you got brewing last time, didn't you?
That I did.
Yeah, there's a farm here. You could brew stuff for them for money. You can, in fact, use your downtime actions to just fucking make money.
I think I'll do that.
Okay. I'm gonna assume I know how,
You
how
probably
Viv makes
do.
money.
Yep.
Jeanette is gonna ask around and find out if any of these fairies were in Saruman a few months ago.
What do I roll to whore myself out? Persuasion?
Oh my god.
Sure, persuasion. Roll me a d20, Stray.
I have to get up then. God damn it.
I can hit it for you if you want. Let's see here.
I'm so sleepy.
You got a 14.
Yay! Is that good?
Not quite good enough, sadly.
Oh.
You do some asking around, and no one knows who you mean. In fact, most of them are like, what's a Sarmond? Or where is a Sarmond?
Do we need to pay lifestyle costs?
No. You have like enough features between you all to always make living money at a place like this.
That's true. I was about to say, you know, by we I mean people who aren't me living in a fucking tower, but yeah.
Yeah, no. Between you all, you can generally make that kind of money or pay off services to just stay there.
Or worst comes to worst, sleep in the adamant tower with Theory.
Yeah. Okay, pets, give me 70-20. Alright, you make 77 silver.
Woo!
You could start trying to learn animal handling here, fuck yeah.
Yeah, I think that's what I'll do with my downtime action. It seems like the best place to get a start on it, at least.
Yeah. You would like to see if you can get some of these tongueless thieves some work.
Yeah.
Give me a persuade test.
Sure. is a thing I am great at. Son of a bitch.
For like a few of them, none of them really have any farming experience at all, even a little bit.
Yeah, they're probably better at like bartending or cleaning up the town, but
Yeah, like and really cleaning the town is a little bit harder when the whole place is like a weirdly strange, super like just au natural basically everywhere.
well,
Like they're used to doing shitty jobs that people don't want to do. Like,
I mean, as long as they're getting paid work, then like any tiefling that Thyri can find a home for is good.
All right, let's see here. How many tongueless thieves do you have?
I don't know.
Okay.
I think it was like in the neighborhood of like 10 or 12.
Okay. We'll call it 10. All right, there is work for 1, 2, 3 of them.
Yeah.
You can count yourself down to 7 tongueless thieves, wherever you want to record that.
Sure. Obviously,
3 of them
Thyri's
can get
not gonna
work
like
around.
force them to go work or anything, but she's gonna say like, "Hey, there's jobs here for 3 of you, paying like comfortable jobs that don't suck."
Well, I mean, they do kind of suck. It's stuff like mucking out the boule living spaces and stuff like that.
Look, by peasant standards, that's fucking just the best shit ever. Okay.
But Tish. Yeah.
Still, like that's
So,
it's
yeah,
not the worst it could be.
three of them, yeah, indeed. 3 of them get like mucking out jobs. And there's one who seems like abjectly against the idea of leaving. You might have to have some kind of intervention in their case.
Abjectly against leaving like our company or the town.
Your company.
Okay, well, that's fine.
Super best friend.
This is gonna sound awful, but the only place I can think to put these people is my inventory. So
Go for it. I mean, that's what they're used to.
Wait, we have a bunch of tieflings following us around.
yeah, we have 7 now tongueless tieflings.
I'm gonna make friends with them.
No, they are definitely scared of you and not very. And they don't make conversation because they're all mute.
Oh,
You can try,
Right.
but they are not approachable.
That
It's going to take
doesn't-
them a long, long time to, fix all the mental conditioning.
That doesn't stop Saoirse.
Yeah, Thyri's just gonna try and take as best care of them as she can while they're with us.
Yeah. It's more like trying to handle skittish animals.
You know who's gonna be fucking good at that? You know who's fucking good at that? It's fucking Disney Princess Thyri.
Yeah.
So
However,
yeah.
you're also a terrifying conqueror.
Yes, but I'm a sweetie once you get to know me. And that's
It's true.
what Thyri's gonna do. Is she's gonna try and get to
That
know me.
only scares people more. It's like it's a monster that. In fact, I'm pretty sure that a certain theory is very intimidated by her mother, who is the exact same way. Which I continue to love the circular logic of this.
God damn it!
I love it so much.
Look, I'm not a carbon copy of my mother. I'm not.
I'm not my mother.
Look, Savin, just accept it that you are circular logic the character.
It's so good. It's
I'm
so
going to
good.
try-
And your daughter is so woke to your bullshit.
she's so
Fucking theory.
Don't
has
worry.
to
When she grows
spend-
up, she'll just turn into me too. It's fine.
I'm going to try to make friends with one of them then.
All
Just
right.
one.
All right, you can start with one of them, and it takes a lot of work, but you can eventually get them to like sit still in the same place as you while you do things.
Okay.
But you get there.
I will be best friends with this tiefling.
Yep, that's it's a long way to that, but they will. Yeah, and so like while you're sat down painting or whatever, they will sit in the same place and vaguely observe.
I should paint them. I'm gonna paint them.
That kind of attention is enough to make them nervous and make them and spook them.
Oh, I will make little portraits of the fairies. And we get them one at a time, and I practice painting by doing little paintings of each of the little fairies.
Quick,
You know
Drew.
what? That sounds good.
Quick,
Do like
Drew.
a,
Oops at him.
Yep. Gonna stand up and just be like one of those caricature stalls. It's the good shit.
Yes.
Yeah, I feel like Astra is also afraid that she's going to turn into her mum, but then she's aware that if she spends too much time being paranoid about that, it'll only happen faster, so she's choosing to be chill, do drugs, and have sex instead.
It's basically
it's
everything
possibly-
Thyri didn't do.
Yeah, exactly. It's possible that the whole reason she tries so hard to like indulge in all that stuff is so that she doesn't become her mum.
Don't worry, dear. You won't become your mother. You're not exactly like her.
I don't want to be reeing alone in a field. No.
You make it sound like it's so bad to be Thyri. Wee.
I mean, it's not bad to be Thyri in Thyri's head.
Yeah, exactly. Thyri's great.
Yeah, you just keep constantly stressed out by everything. That's perfectly fine.
Look, it's not Thyri's fault that everything around her is awful and horrifying.
Or that she's an undiagnosed schizophrenic.
Yeah.
It's a work in progress now. You're figuring out, like, pharmaceutical, medical, mental assistance aids.
Yeah, she's slowly realizing that, maybe I'm not normal. Maybe I can take drugs to make it better.
Yeah,
It seems
tell you
to
what,
work
since
for
you've got
all
a
my
week of
friends.
downtime, would you like to do another test
Yes.
alongside Jeanette to create more?
That would be muy
That's
bueno.
it. I've done it. Okay. Yep. Okay. Sorry, I was just finishing my downtime. I know what my end result is going to be.
Fucking hell.
Alright.
That's a real good job right there. And I'm
Hmm.
not surprised even a little bit that you
Nope.
rolled double 19s for your first ever painting test.
No, that was to be friends with the tieflings.
No, look down that painting roll. Those 227s. That's double 19s.
Oh,
You rolled raw double 19s on your very first ever painting test.
It's a very Anna thing to do, yeah.
It's so Anna.
Okay, so as the week is ending, and I think Anna knows where everyone's going to be, where everyone likes to hang out in this little town. So she's going to wait. She's gonna she's gonna put a tarp over this painting, and then go run out and go find Thyri in the field. But all
Yep.
this, I'm trying to get her attention.
And
Wait, there's tentacles around.
judging on how her medication is going, she might be all game or not. So let's have a look here. Herbalist kit test, please.
Sure.
And
Oh, yeah!
that's pretty good. Alchemist kit test for Stray, and then medicine from Stray with advantage. Though I think Stray might be in bed, so I can do it instead.
Where's my fucking mouse?
Poor Stray.
Stray.
Ah, my mouse fell and then hit the back button.
Dope.
No.
You doing okay there, Stray, or are you just tired?
Very, very tired.
I'll take that as
Aw.
just tired. Because
I'm
You said
very
very,
it's
very
all
tired.
I
Yeah,
couldn't
so
All the
fucking
70-hour
hear.
weeks at the factory doing it to him.
and hungover, but that's also my fault.
You do this to yourself, but dow. That's what really hurts.
Natural.
Well,
20.
fucking both of you crit.
Wow.
Excellent.
All right,
Good
can I get a
fucking
medicine test,
job.
please?
29.
And it's 29. Okay, gross.
It's a
Good.
19.
We are gonna
Jesus
fucking
Christ.
cure cancer at this rate. Just
Wow.
you wait.
The just getting so lucky on the fucking dice roll.
Today is a good
All right.
session, which means we're fucked in Mers and Hammer. My God.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you
Yeah,
know it's
we're
gonna
dead.
be bad.
Hey, you ready to
Okay.
cast another blizzard on your friends, Savin?
Oh God, I almost died last time.
You almost killed yourself.
I did die last time.
Yeah, Scout
What?
did die. I came within like a turn of
No,
dying.
I burned fate to like stay back, but I actually did legit die. I burned fate I burned fate to be dropped to unconscious instead.
What are you at
Shit.
now? Like 1 fate, 0 fate, something like that?
I'm back up to 2 because it was the same session where I'd finally earned a new fate point.
God damn it. Like, well, there goes that. I mean, at least I still have 1. Right.
No, I'm up to 2 again.
Oh, you're up to 2 again. Okay.
Okay, so you step away from using milk as the baseline for this medication because probably the fact that your body does that thing where it just digests a thing, that it's ensuring this like short-term half-life or effect.
Mm-hmm.
What you need is some kind of like pill or powder or syrup or something like that.
Yeah, syrup.
A syrup? Okay.
Here, you can put it in her tea.
All right. It's your specialty. Okay. And yeah, you figure out a way to get this consistent antipsychotic effect in a syrup. I mean, I say syrup in the loosest phrase. It's not a tasty syrup, although you can, sugar it up a bit.
Excellent. Yeah, they will put some in her tea and try it.
Okay. Let's see here. It's going to take some time of like consistently taking it at, regular periods every day for a couple of weeks before you consistently have a curbing on this like just terrifying schizophrenic anxiety you have. And you go into this aware that it's going to be disorienting for a while. So for the next week,
Oh no.
saves versus mind-affecting spells are going to be made at a disadvantage. But once
Nice.
that week is up and done, then yeah, you effectively have a long-term cure for your schizophrenia. So long as you keep it up, then you don't have to struggle with it.
Everyone cast Charm Person on Thyri.
Yep, she's super charmable.
This would be the time to do it if you wanted to just fucking magic date rape theory.
But yeah, so you're gonna be a little bit fugued out for a little while as your body gets used to this just like neural remapping going on. But between the both of you and your fucking double crits, you've figured out an antipsychotic.
Yes. We are the
Does
champions.
Thyri lose her warlock powers?
Yeah,
Now
that's
the
a good.
god's no longer telling her to kill all the undead.
Wait, what? Theory's gonna feel
Yeah.
really bad if that stops happening.
You know what?
It's not having the first time.
Yeah, actually, it did stop happening the first time.
No, I mean like if she stops feeling that intense impulse.
To destroy all dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, that happened.
I feel
the first
like, yeah,
time.
you would, because that's probably a very anxiety-based compulsion that you have.
But that was God talking to me.
Sorry, sweetie. That bubble's broken.
No.
And it's at that point, I believe, my lovely dears, we're going to call this session to a close.
Oh, damn it.
I hope that you've enjoyed playing.
Didn't get to show off my
Always immensely.
We get to open with the painting.
paint. Okay,
I-
next time then.
And also
Okay.
some magic items.
I definitely didn't fall asleep.
Cool. Glad to hear it.
Darn it.
Yeah, as Thyri has like is collected by Anna, and she's still in a vague daze from having not heard "kill the dead things" every time she wakes up for the past like half a week or so.
Jesus.
Yeah, she's not hearing this weird anxiety-driving compulsion just like settling in her brain over and over again. And so as she is collected by Anna, who will hold her hand and guide her out. There's still like she was covered in puppies. Put all the puppies down. They've got to go back to doing work, doing their training.
Puppies.
We bring an end to the session. I really enjoyed.
Okay, well, thank you for watching on stream and YouTube. We'll see you in a couple hours for Merzenhammer, where I get to beat my character into almost unconsciousness and then kill a bunch of peasants.
But you already did that. Not twice.
I hope not twice.